How's it going, y'all? Welcome back to another Team Anpim game. I have a very special one because this is their most recent from last year. I'm a little late on it, of course, but this is their 10th anniversary visual novel, which I'm so excited to play. I just went back and finished Natsumi and Fuyuko. I realized I kept adding an O to her name, and I'm really sorry for that. I am just so bad at Japanese names, but that's okay. Today we are playing Natsuha and Fuyumi, and like I said, this is their 10th anniversary game. They've been doing this for over 10 years now, and I'm super excited to play this. This is their most recent one, and we're just gonna read a little bit about it real quick before I start playing. This is off their itch.io page. It says, "Happy 10th anniversary to Team Anpim. Believe it or not, it's been 10 years since we made our first visual kinetic novel, which was the one I just mentioned, all that's in between. And of course, if you haven't noticed yet, the 10th game of ours pays a lot of homage to the very first game, although Natsumi and Fuyuko is very rough around the edges, which I definitely did notice. I'm just so used to their more recent ones. It was definitely their first one, I'll say that. If you have the time to play, if the time to spare, definitely read through that first, which I already did. I have a video on it if you guys want to watch it first. And it'd be fun to see how much we've improved over 10 years. I mean, I know just based off some of their previous ones, they've improved a lot. They've gotten a lot better. It's still that same fun, cheesy kind of style that they like, but it's only gotten better. I don't know if I'm going to read all of this, but it's on their itch.io page if you'd like to. According to them, this is their longest game word count wise. So that should be interesting. I know the longest one they've had took me like 2.5 hours, so we'll have to see how long this one ends up taking me. Maybe around the same time. We'll see. But I think with that introduction, we're just going to go ahead and get started here. Excuse me. Sorry, I am still recovering from being sick. If you have been watching my channel for a long time, you'll know that I get sick just all the time. And it's great. I love it. The sun has long set, and the fluorescently lit office is buzzing with workers trying to get their tasks done by the end of the day. That was me last night at work. Only the sounds of typing and murmurs are heard, and I too keep my head down to finish typing up this document. This week has been one heck of a ride, and I can't wait to get home and relax and not do anything. If only. It must be nice. I'm a parent. I don't get to come home and relax. I get to go home and take care of kids. Just me with some takeout food and a movie in the back, and not needing to care about work the next day. That is a nice perk. Now that's what I call a Friday night. What movie should I put on, I wonder? Recently I just watched Deepwater Horizon, I think is what it's called. It's the movie about that oil rig that went on fire. That was a really good watch. So if you're looking for something, it's on Netflix. It's really good. There's that one about idols killing demons or something. It's going to talk about talent. Yes! K-pop Demon Hunters is so good. That's another great movie to watch. My daughter is like obsessed with that, and then I ended up watching it too, and I was like, this is the greatest. I love this. Maybe I'll finally watch it and see what's so good about it. Yes, definitely recommend. Obviously the music is like the best part of it too, but the movie itself is good. Maybe the classic indie lesbian movie from 2007 about a tattoo artist and a cam girl. I haven't gotten around to watching that, have I? I have no idea which one that is. That sounds good, though. I rack my brain for more movie ideas until I get really interrupted by a coworker. This better not be about some sort of document correction. I look to see who the perpetrator is, and I see Ichiro with a wide smile and his hands clasped together. Ah, yes, the classic Team Anpim never draws the guys. I'm waiting for the day that they do. Like, I think that'd be crazy if they actually drew the guy and had, like, a male love interest, you know? Like, trying to get in the way of a relationship. And then it ends up, obviously, Yuri, of course. It has to. Natsuha, you look amazing as always. Kind of with the compliments. I know you want something whenever you compliment me. He drops a smiley act, grabs onto my arm, and starts pleading. Natsuha, hear me out. You're a good-looking woman, and what better time to spend your Friday night with other good-looking people? What is he getting at? Mika-chan can't make it to the mixer tonight. We're missing a girl. Can you please fill in for her? Oh geez, now I wish I wish he was here for document corrections. No, I'm good. I returned to my document at hand to get him to leave me, but the annoying sound buzzing in my ear and the tugging of my arm distracts me from my task. This is so true, by the way. I have this experience at work too. Like, I'm like, okay, hey, I'm busy. I got to go do things. You know, I got other things that require my attention. And then you start to like walk away and they like walk with you, or they'll just keep talking from the same place that they were. And now you feel bad because you're just walking away from them. It's like, how do you just like communicate without saying outright, like, hey, I'm busy. I need to go keep doing what I'm doing. Please, 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 please. Please, Natsuha. We're missing just one person. It took so long to finally coordinate this with the departments. We can't let it end here. The shaking continues and I roll my eyes in annoyance. I've heard about the unofficial company mixer that was being planned, where they're trying to get to know the others from the other. They're trying to get to know the others from the other departments. Okay, sorry, that sentence was really throwing me off. I had no interest in it whatsoever. I could probably be doing something better with my time. You have to come. It won't be complete without you. I sit and contemplate. It's a Friday night. I could be home chilling, watching a movie. Yeah, she's gotta go watch K-pop Demon Hunters, okay? She doesn't have time for you, Ichiro. Lazing around, doom scrolling. Okay, I will say that going out is probably better than doom scrolling. I am really against like just sitting on your phone and scrolling, and that's just lame. Like, no matter what else you got going on in life, like that's so lame. Don't do that. Like, go play a video game or read a book. My wife has been reading a ton of books lately. She's been reading those I don't know, I wouldn't say it's like smut, but it's like they're like fantasy romance novels or whatever. And I'm glad she does that, because that's so much more entertaining or more beneficial for her as a person than just sitting on your phone on TikTok. I'm avidly against TikTok. Or I can go to this mixer and waste my time talking to men I don't care about. Or I can waste my time with potentially free drinks. I love how all the every time Team Anpim has like a more adult novel, it's always an alcoholic as like the main character or the love interest every time. I stopped typing and turned to face the desperate man before me. Ichiro clasps his hands together and gives me the most convincing puppy eyes. I'll go. Yes. If you pay for my portion. Blood drains from his face and his expression falters with the unexpected request. He clenches his eyes to bite the bullet and nods in agreement. If it means you'll fill the spot, fine. I can't help but let out a smirk. Bingo. Anyways, we're meeting up at the lobby in about 10 minutes. Don't be late. With that, he whisks away, and I quickly finish the document from before I got interrupted. A mixer, huh? When was the last time I went to one? Before I figured out I liked women? I try to recall the last mixer I went to, probably 6 years ago. I have to remember how to be a performative straight woman. I'll just have fun and keep it casual. Just there for free food and free drinks. The loud and boisterous atmosphere rings in my ears, and I suddenly regret coming. That's me in social situations. I'm like, I'm down until I'm not. It's like, sometimes you get there and it's just like, this is the worst, you know? We all take our seats at the big table, with the seating arrangement being girls on one side and the guys on the other. Is this gonna be too loud? Hold on. Where's my preferences? I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit, just so y'all can hear me still. We all take our seats at the big table, with the seating arrangement being girls on one side and the guys on the other. The table was big enough to fit our group, but boy, it was a tight squeeze. In no time, the guys start chatting with us girls, and I try my best to sound interested. The other girls laugh cutely, and the guys are throwing compliments left and right. I'm pleasantly surprised at the accounting girls, though. They're all hot. I just assume most of them would be nerds. But unfortunately, all of them are probably straight and interested in the men. It would be nice if I could strike a conversation with at least one of them. Everyone starts getting pretty chummy and friendly in no time, even without the drinks. Someone's bound to get lucky tonight. Maybe Ichiro will finally land a girlfriend and stop talking about those mixers he always says he goes to. try to keep up with the conversations, but I do my best to keep everything vague and ambiguous since I'm not really here to find someone anyways. I don't want to sound like I'm interested. In about 10 minutes, the beer and food come out to liven the environment even more. Everyone starts drinking and chatting away, me included with the man in front of me. He's on the sales team, and since the marketing team works pretty closely with the sales, I've seen him around from time to time. He tries to exchange rhymes, but I divert it by bringing attention to the empty seat next to me. Are we missing someone? I point at the seat to change the topic. Ichiro, sitting next to the man in front of me, chimes in. Oh yeah, Fuyumi-san's supposed to come. I think she's ready. Sorry, I'm late. With just 3 words, all the attention is now on the pretty lady that walks up to the table, now seated next to me. The girls who don't know her are all gawking, probably seeing her for the first time. And honestly, so am I. The new temporary celebrity looks stunning even though it's at the end of a tiring day. Her dark hair cascades, if I can pronounce that word, behind her back, and one side is tucked behind her ear, revealing the pearl earrings she wears. The formal outfit she has on is neatly ironed and contours her body nicely, complementing her figure and matching well with her dark hair. Right as she's about to sit down next to me and I get ready to introduce myself, Ichiro teases her and breaks the ice for everyone. Oh, speak of the devil. As a penalty, you got a drink. Yeah! All the guys chime in as Ichiro hands over a glass filled with pale yellow liquid. The new mysterious woman is caught off guard and takes a look at the offering ritual. She scoffs with a little smirk and takes the glass into her hand. Sure. She starts downing the whole glass and all the boys go wild. I was taken aback by her skill to chug a drink down like that, but I am thoroughly impressed. And just that one moment marks the true start of the night. The woman gathers her composure and sits next to me, and I don't hesitate to make a good first impression. Nice to meet you. I'm Ishiyama Natsuha from the marketing department. I'm Ueno Fuyumi from the accounting department. Nice to make your acquaintance. Though she smiled slightly for a moment, her poker face remains intact, and her chopsticks head straight to the food, without even batting an eye at the man in front of her. I can't help but chuckle a little, wondering if she has the same level of interest in men as I do. As she starts munching away, the man in front of me continues our conversation from before Ueno-san came, but I try to give short answers and instead sneak peeks at the girl next to me in my peripheral vision. The man in front of her tries to start some small talk with her as well, but her answers are just as short, if not shorter, than the ones I gave. She doesn't seem to be interested in this mixer at all. Perhaps she also got dragged into it to fill the seats. Maybe she'll talk more if I include her and her counterpart in the current conversation I'm having. No, I've only worked here for 2 years. What about you two, Ueno-san and Yamada-san? How long have you been at this company? Ueno-san's poker face doesn't falter and she gracefully answers. It's been about a little over 2 years for me now. She yet again gives her small courtesy smile. We joined at similar times then, weird that I've never seen you around before. Well, it's a pretty big company after all. I'm sure we've crossed paths somewhere. No, I would have known if someone this pretty worked here. Her eyebrows raise in a questioning manner and gives me an unassuring smile. Right, then maybe we haven't crossed paths before. And I'm glad I came tonight to be able to finally cross paths with you. Even the sun rolls her eyes with a small, quick smirk that she hides immediately, probably unamused at my shoddy flirting. I find it fun though, even if she finds it lame. Something about her makes me want to know more about her. Yamada-san finally speaks up to get Ueno-san's attention. Me too, Ueno-san. That's pretty cool that we're kind of in the same cohort, huh? Seems like fate that we're sitting across from each other, doesn't it? Yamada-san practically beams at this sliver of attention, and he's finally getting. Haha, yeah, I think we should definitely meet up for lunch or something some other time. We should invite Natsuha-san here too, since she also joined around 2 years ago. She directs her sharp gaze and nonchalant smirk towards me, throwing the ball into my court after I tossed it to her out of nowhere. Yes, you should definitely invite me to out to lunch sometime. I would love to get to know you and the others better. I return the ball to her court along with a smile. She scoffs slightly and turns her attention back to Yamada-san, whose eyes are practically shooting out hearts now. Let's cheers for the 2-year cohort. Might not have 2 years at this place yet, but let me be a part of it too. The The lonely man in front of me that was temporarily left out of the conversation joins in, and the group laughs as they clink their glasses. The glasses don't stay empty for long, though, as they get refilled immediately. The refills never stop coming throughout the night. After about an hour and a half, I've lost count of how many glasses of beer I've had, not to mention the 2 cocktails I ended up trying. They look too good on the seasonal menu not to try. My thoughts are still intact, but I can tell I'm starting to get drowsy. Oh, right, Fuyumi. Gets to have... Oh, sorry, I lost my place. Alright, Fuyumi gets to have the last bit of the pitcher drink up. This is what you get for being late. Ichiro pours the remaining yellow liquid into her glasses. She's about to reach for it. I intercept. Hey, she's had quite a lot already since you guys keep forcing her to drink. I'll take it. Who said I couldn't drink? Oh. I'm taken aback by her sudden coldness. Sorry, I shouldn't have assumed. I play it cool and back off, fearing I might have stepped on her toes. Just like before, she tosses her head back and finishes the drink in no time. The crowd cheers as she puts the glass down and licks the corner of her mouth. Excuse me, I'm gonna head to the restroom. She stands up and excuses herself, and the group continues their conversations from before. I'm about to join the continued chatting, but I have a better idea. I also have to use the restroom. Don't have too much fun without me. Yeah, I saw that one coming. I'm like, there's no way she's gonna let her go alone. Step out from the table and spy the restroom, making my way to find the ice queen. Hopefully she wasn't going in there to, like, throw up. When I open the door, I see her washing her hands at the sink, paying no attention to me. Playing hard to get, huh? I'll make her pay attention to me. Okay, bold. I walk up to her with a kind smile and try to get some one-on-one time with her. Sorry about earlier, the marketing department can get a little wild sometimes, so I just want to make sure they weren't being too crazy. She dries her hand with her handkerchief and turns to me. And are you a part of that crazy too? Her question catches me off guard, and it was an easy segue. I could be. Smirk at the opportunity. I step closer to her and grab her arm, pulling her close. Do you want to find out? Gosh, such a bold MC. Not used to this. I mean, definitely some of the other stories have had some, you know, straightforward characters, but this is definitely one of the most straightforward introductions, I'll say that. Her deep navy eyes are finally on me, giving me chills now that I know I've captured her full attention. She looks unguarded, but her eyes keep fluttering down to my lips. Hook, line, and sinker. I see her starting to move in, but the loud sound of the door opening causes both of us to repel each other like polar opposites of a magnet, with me now washing my hands and her fixing her hair in the mirror. Ueno-san immediately heads out, not without giving me a glance through the mirror, meeting my gaze briefly, and then leaving me alone with the stranger that just came in. Damn it, so close. Take a deep breath and get ready to head back down to the rowdy group, disappointed that I probably won't be able to get Ueno-san's full attention again for the rest of the night. I don't know, there was quite a bit of chemistry in the bathroom there. It's happening pretty quick. When I get back, Ueno-san's deep in a conversation with the guy sitting across from her, smiling politely, but she's clearly not interested. She bats not even an eye at me, and I let it be, letting the night go on like the whole thing in the restroom didn't happen. For the rest of the night, the interactions between us become limited, but it's hard not to steal glances at her. There are often times where I ended up tuning out of my own conversation just to eavesdrop on hers in order to find out more about her. But all of her answers are vague and ambiguous, deliberately trying her best not to let on too much. Serious much. I figured I wouldn't be able to get much out of eavesdropping and focused on eating and drinking until the group starts packing to leave. Honestly, that was a long sequence. I can definitely see where the word count is coming in. I feel like that was quite a lengthy scene. I guess I'm just used to Team Anpim giving us not really like short stories. Like, I mean, they're usually like the more recent ones like a good 2 hours. Kind of like I said. I think the longest one I played was like, was it 2.5 or maybe even closer to 3? They're usually, you know, a decent length, but I do feel like that scene was like a really like complete, right? Like it was like a whole complete scene, and there was actually like flirting going on. There was, like a lot of character development. So I'm kind of surprised and not displeased by any means. The night goes on until 11:30 p.m. as people want to be sure to catch the last train. When we step out of the restaurant, the blast of cool air refreshes me after sitting in the stuffy restaurant drinking for hours. I can only imagine, like, so just a disclaimer, I don't drink or anything like that. So I can only imagine, like, when you're going out to a bar like that and everyone's, you know, it probably in Japan it would be like a little hot and sweaty, like depending on what time of the year it is, just from like the body heat of everyone drinking. I just imagine, like, as you're drinking you're getting hot. So I'm like, yeah, I could definitely see, like, walking outside after that would just feel like amazing. Or I would think like a nice shower after like a long night of drinking would feel great, if you don't pass out first. The early autumn night breeze is chilly but not brutal, just perfect for a night after drinking. Okay, so they're talking about the weather a little bit. Say, Fuyumi-chan, do you need us to call you a cab? You can join mine if you'd like. Yueno-san, how about I take you home? I think you've had too many to drink tonight. No time some of the guys are arguing over who should take her home. I take a look at her. She does not look like she's in the mood for all the noise bustling around her. She meets my eyes and her sharp and annoyed gaze lingers as if signaling me for help. I decide to be nice and step in to shoo them off. I greet the boys with a big smile and do my part. I think I can take Yueno-san here home. We're going the same direction, isn't that right, Yueno-san? She side-eyes me, knowing she must have picked the lesser of two evils. And with a smile, with a small and tired smile, she plays along. Yes, that's right. The others become dejected but drop the issue, going about their own way or offering to take the other girls home safely. Soon they dissipate into the night and leave us behind while I try to figure out how to send this drunkard home. Yueno-san wobbles a little bit and I steady her against me. I thought you said you could hold your liquor. I can. Sure, Jan. Better get her home soon. She seems pretty out of it. No thanks to all those drinks that the guys made her have. She leans into me and burrows her face into my blazer. You smell good. When did Miss Ice Queen learn to be affectionate? Can't help but scoff and shake my head, not falling for her bait. She's clearly out of her mind. Come on, you're so drunk. Let's get you home. I'm not drunk. I'm just dizzy and tired. I wonder why. Because it's late and you've been drinking. Okay then, miss. I'm dizzy but not drunk. Can you at least make it to the station? No. My own head is spitting. It's still woozy from the drinks. Can she not make it any more difficult than it needs to be? Haha, Yueno-san, please work with me here. In the distance, I see an empty cab coming our way and I flag it down. How about we call a cab instead? When the taxi arrives at the curb, I carefully usher her in and begin to give instructions on where to go for the driver. However, Yueno-san, what's your address? The girl in question just looks out the window with her head resting in her palm and nonchalantly replies, I don't want to go home. Great. Thanks for making it easy, right? The next logical thing is to take her to my place, but my place is a total pigsty right now. I knew I should have cleaned the place earlier this week. That's why your parents always told you growing up, like, to keep the house nice. Except for my mom. My mom would always clean right before company came over. That's just a terrible idea, because then she was always rushing to make it look nice, which, to be fair, it looked freshly cleaned. But that's not because she keeps it that way, it's just because it ended up that way 10 minutes before they got there. But if both my place and hers aren't an option, I guess the next best thing is a hotel. God, that's gonna be costly. I'll fuck it wherever. I'm definitely going to make her pay me back. Can you take us to the nearest hotel, please? Taxi soon starts making its way to our destination, and I start dreading the bill I have to foot for both the hotel and the taxi. When we get out of the car, Yueno-san is groggy from having fallen asleep, but she manages to step out without planting her face on the ground. That's good. I grab her wrist to hurry things along and push myself at the hotel doors, eager to finish the side quest and head home myself. He surprisingly follows obediently and has yet to say a word. Excuse me, do you have any rooms available? I don't have a reservation. Sorry. Please wait one moment while I check. I take a look at Fuyumi-san leaning against the counter with her arms crossed and spacing out at the tall glass windows of the building. I shake my head at her. Excuse me, dear customer, we only have a queen room available right now. Is that alright? I was hoping for a cheaper room, but if it's the only one left, I guess there's no choice. I'll take it. Payment goes through smoothly, and I make sure to tuck the receipt safely in my bag. I have to make sure I get reimbursed ASAP. for Yuna-san when I can, after all. Alright, come on, let's go. Yuna-san jolts awake from her daydream when I grab under her arm and she snaps back into reality. The two of us head into the elevator to the floor of her room. Yuna-san leans against the wall with her arms crossed, one hand twirling the ends of her jet black hair. She's seemingly more alert now, back to how she was previously at the restaurant. You really like staring at me, huh? You're too beautiful not to be staring. She rolls her eyes slightly and breaks eye contact, now focusing her gaze at the plain walls of the elevator. I try to strike up some small talk, but before I could even begin, the speedy elevator arrives at our floor. Its door is opening to a dimly lit modern hallway. Ueno-san heads out first, but I end up leading the way with the key card in my hands. Her room is a ways down the corridor, and the walk there is silent aside from the shuffling of our feet. Both of us are too tired at this point to talk. We reach the room and its gray door when it clicks open with a beep when I tap the card on the sensor. Once the door opens, I see the little hallway inside leading to the table and bed. I hold the door wide open for her and make her way for Her Majesty to head in. Alright, get some rest. You drank a lot tonight after all, and hydrate. She walks past me and into the room, and she grabs me along with her, pinning herself against the latte-colored wall with my body. Wasn't I supposed to find out? Her tight grip on my blazer leaves me unable to break free, and I subconsciously swallow a gulp from an unexpected turn of events. The heavy door slams shut, driving home the fact that I can't escape. Our faces are just centimeters apart, leaving no room for Jesus. No! You can't do that. You have to leave room for Jesus. Oh, this is getting so bad, guys. She's slightly shorter than me, and it's much more noticeable when we're this close. Her sweet scent hits me again, the one I caught at the restaurant when she sat beside me, and in the washroom when she edged closer, now continuing the moment that was interrupted earlier. Her foxy eyes flicker from my lips to my eyes, anticipation written all over her face. Oh, their description of the game did talk about they're going to have some more spicy scenes. Uh-oh. I play it cool and shoot her a small smirk, all the while hearing my heart beat wildly in my ears. I mean, like, I knew it was going to be spicier, but not leaving room for Jesus is crazy. My hand naturally drifts to her waist, and I pull myself closer to her, our lips now a hair away. I'm warning you now, the marketing department can get really wild. Oh no. Then show me. Wow. This is a bold... Oh. This is such a bold intro. Without warning, she softly presses her tinted lips onto mine, and I reciprocate with no hesitation. Just as expected, those lips of her melting into mine are as soft as rose petals. Each kiss lingers with tender warmth and intimacy, both of us savoring every second. The tension and heat rise slowly like the mercury in a thermometer. What started off as a series of soft kisses turns into something much more hungry and desperate. And as the temperature gets hotter, the only thing you can do is take off layers, right? Am I getting in trouble for showing this? Like, it said PG-13. I should be okay? The grip she had on my blazer soon goes to ripping it off just as I start unbuttoning her own. She shrugs off her blazer and starts rubbing down my waist, pulling my undershirt up and clumsily unbuttoning my jeans. Little Miss Impatience seems a little too eager. Let's speed things up then. Uh-oh. With skillful fingers, I quickly undo her shirt and run my fingers over her delicate and smooth stomach before guiding her to the bed. Gently push her down, and I finally get to absorb the image of her riled up and breathing heavily. Her shirt is sprawled out with only her lace bra keeping her assets from being bared. Dare I say she looks even sexier this way? More room for the imagination, right? Her vulnerable state makes me want to slowly caress her to relish in the view, but she has other plans. She hastily pulls me down and plants her warm lips on me once again. This time with more force and getting straight into it. Stop keeping me waiting! That's crazy. Uh-oh. I smile into the kiss, finding the side of her much more amusing than her aloof persona. But as she instructs, I quickly get to work to satisfy the starving beast. The tension doesn't show any signs of dissipating and only keeps rising throughout the night. It's as if Ueno-san hit her second wind after getting to the hotel. Everything blurs together, leaving me lightheaded in the best way possible. The hours slip away to the haze and the heat of the devil's tango. I had absolutely no idea that the night would end like this, but I'm not complaining and I'm not gonna question Lady Luck. Whether this was her plan all along or not, I'll accept and follow wherever she leads me. Besides, if I can make use of the room I paid for, why not? Why not? Now, see, I feel like some of their stories would have ended right there. Like, that would have been the ending. So this is crazy that we're getting, in my opinion, the spiciest scene that we've had in any Team Anpim game, and it's at, like, the start. That's wild. I mean, I don't know if we're technically still at the start, but it feels like the start, because we just moved from, the office to the mixer, and now the next morning. Like, generally, like, there's a lot of time that goes by in their stories before anything really happens. So the fact that we had all that happen in one night is wild. Absolutely wild. And then, wow, we're getting a spicy image of them already. When I open my eyes, I see the dark-haired girl sleeping soundly facing me. Her hair's a little messy, but it doesn't take away from her beauty. There's no way I hadn't noticed someone like her at the company. Sure, we work in different departments and different floors, but in the 2 years that I've been here, we've never bumped into each other. The sleeping beauty begins to shuffle around and soon arises. She meets my gaze with half-open eyes, clearly still not entirely fully rested from last night. Her eyes look around, probably trying to recall why she's in an unfamiliar room with a stranger before she immediately jolts up and starts panicking. Shit. She throws the covers off and starts hurriedly getting dressed without too much care, just as long as she's presentable to be in public. Her alarming behavior wakes me, but all I can do is watch her leave in a matter of seconds. In the midst of her rush, she at least has the decency to say something before she leaves. Sorry, I have to go. Just like, oh yeah, we're not going to acknowledge anything that just happened. We're just going to be like, yep, sorry, I have to go. Hopefully she at least put on a shirt or like buttoned it up. But she's gone before I even had the chance to reply or ask. When the door slams, the room is immediately still, with only the honks of the cars outside keeping me company. I'm still dumbstruck as to what happened, so I sit there in bed, blinking in confusion. I didn't do anything wrong last night, did I? She was all over me last night, but then now when the morning comes, there's a sudden shift in tone. It was either really bad or she was really embarrassed after remembering what she did last night. Whatever the reason she has to run out like that, I probably won't even run into her again to ever find out anyways, seeing as that we never have at the office. It's just that that's never happened to me before. There's a first for everything, I guess. Stretch my creaky limbs and roll over to the other side of the bed, hoping to laze around some more before I go home. It's a Saturday, after all. Her mildly sweet and floral scent still lingers on the other side of the bed. Smelling her perfume makes the memories of last night rush back, and I smile, knowing I somehow managed to get lucky when I had no expectations of this mixer whatsoever. The images of her last night are blurry, but the moments are still fresh in my memory. Just then my hand hits something unexpectedly cold and small. On the bed lies a little circular object almost blending in with the sheets. Upon closer inspection, it looks to be an earring, and it's not mine. Oh, what are we pretending to be now? Cinderella? Must have accidentally come off last night. The pearl earring dully refracts its iridescent sheen in the sunlight. I guess I'll keep it safe until I meet her again, if I ever do. Yeah, I don't think you will. It's unlikely. Though I sure hope I meet her again. Not only to see her return this earring, but to get her to pay the hotel costs back. That's so real. Just like, okay, now I've had my fun, I gotta like remember the money cost of this. So real, so adult. But then again, I did end up using it myself, so maybe I'll cut her some slack. Make her pay for half of it instead. I place it on the bedside table and rub my eyes, stretching as I sit back up again. My whole body is sore and tired. I'm not as young as I used to be. So real. I relate to this so much. It's like I work with like some younger people, and I'm like, oh, you think like you have body pain sometimes. It's like, no, just wait. You get older, it gets worse. It's like the pains I had when I was 18 or 19 or 20, nothing compared to what I have now. Plus the covers off and dress myself, and it's probably time to check out soon. I make sure to bring the earring with me before I leave and look around to see if I didn't forget anything else. Phone screen reads 11:05, and I debated whether I should stay for the extra hour and just chill before checking out. Then I remember about the mess I should clean up at my place and how I'm too embarrassed about it to bring people over. Yeah, it's for the better that I clean it in case I do bring someone over in the next time. With a soft click, the heavy door shuts behind me, and I make my way down to the lobby and start the trip home. Unfortunately, Monday must come once again. And once again I need to head to the office. I don't hate my job, but I don't entirely love it either, especially when I'm forced to go into the office because my manager says it's important for team building. It's about 40 minutes away from my place, so commuting there is always a pain. Well, at least I have a job, I guess. I soak in the sunny day, wishing the warmth of the sun would last all year. But as autumn settles in, that means I have to take in as much of it now as possible. Ueno-san's pearl earring shines its dull luster in the sun's rays, just like the morning I found it. Since Friday night, I haven't been able to get any sleep at all for some reason. Ueno-san must have stolen my ability to sleep, or something like that. Still a mystery as to why she ran out that morning. Maybe I can ask her. That is, if I ever see her again. I want to see her again. Something keeps tugging at my mind, making me want to know her better and get closer to her. I feel like it's that way when you meet someone that like catches your eye, that's interesting, or maybe like that you become a little bit smitten with. I'm very much someone who doesn't believe in love at first sight. I think that's more infatuation. I think you can start falling in love with someone at first sight. Like you can start that process, but I think like true love is something that builds over time. So I don't like to say that it's love at first sight. I like to say it's more, if you think that you're in love with someone at first sight, that's more like infatuation. And you have to see, like, after that infatuation ends, that can last months, right? You have to see after that if you really do love them. Like, if you still want to go out of your way to do things for them. If you still want to, like, take care of them. If they're still, like, your favorite person in the world after, months and years, then that's love to me. Like that's how I feel about my wife, like that's how I've kind of learned what love is, because like I've had what I thought was love in the past with other people, and I still do, looking back, say that I loved them at the time, but I guess I've learned what love actually is to me, now that I found it. It's probably her Ice Queen aura that makes me want to melt it. She shifts from cold to warm like the change of seasons, not to mention I've never seen her at the office. What's she like at work, I wonder? I recall her saying she's from the accounting department. It's not too often that we interact with them aside from budget-related things, and even then I'm not the contact person for it in our department. Before I know it, I arrive at the tall and fancy building, still half asleep as I walk through the big glass doors with a big yawn. I safely place the earring back into my bag, making sure it doesn't get lost among the mess inside. Alright, I had to drink some water. I gotta stay hydrated, especially when I'm talking so much. They said this was 34,000 words, okay? So if I don't get a water break, bad things will happen. The lobby is relatively empty, seeing that it's still so early, but it beats needing to wait for the elevator during the rush. The elevator dings as the doors slide open. I sluggishly step inside, hoping no one else gets in so I can sneak a quick nap. I need as much alone time as I can before I have to spend the entire day talking to people. Is it bad that, like, whenever I'm in an elevator now, I associate it with Severance? If you guys have seen that show, it's absolutely great. But a big component of that show is elevators. So now, whenever I'm in an elevator or I see an elevator, that's immediately what I think of. We're going to our other job. Going to our innie. As the doors are about to close, a faint voice rings from the outside and a hand stops the metal rectangle from closing. Wait, please. The perpetrator's small hands have a pale pink nail polish that looks a little familiar, and lo and behold, her face confirms my suspicions. Our eyes meet each other, and we both have mirroring facial expressions. Shocked. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Didn't think I'd see you again so soon. Must be fate. Sure. She breaks eye contact and stands in the opposite far corner, facing away from me. Her voice is cold and distant, just like the one morning she left me. And vastly different from the night before she left me. She occupies herself by straightening out her suit and fixing her hair. The same perfume scent she had on that night swirls around the elevator as if wanting to intoxicate me. Again. Speaking of that night, though, I didn't think I'd run into you like this, and since you're here, and before I forget, I rummaged through my bag for her version of the glass slipper she dropped. I believe this is yours. Yuana-san turns around with wide eyes as she reaches out to retrieve her lost treasure, but a split-second last-minute decision causes me to retract my hand, earning me a scowl. Excuse me? On second thought, how about you come get it over lunch with me? Your regular scowl turns into a confused scowl. Huh? You're ridiculous. What is this underhanded elementary pickup tactic? She swipes at my hand, but I raise it even higher beyond her reach. It'll just be a lunch date, nothing more. I just want to know you a little bit better. Properly this time. The softness of my voice doesn't seem to be convincing, judging by her angry glare, and I keep pushing. I promise. She continues looking at me like I'm a lunatic and continues staring at me angrily. However, my sincerity gets through to her and she eventually gives in. She takes a deep breath to calm herself and relaxes her previously rigid shoulders. Fine. As thanks, I give her the warmest smile ever. Let's exchange rides. I'll get in contact with you right before lunch. Reluctantly, she pulls out her phone and adds me via my Ryan QR code. And with perfect timing, the elevator plays its chime and opens its doors to my stop, signaling the end of our little spontaneous rendezvous. Now that's what I call a 30-second elevator pitch. But I step out with a wink and the stainless steel doors close, cutting her off her unamused expression. I put a pep in my step from successfully connecting with her, that even my co-workers notice a difference. Wow, Natsuha, you are in a great mood today. Yep, I have a feeling today is going to be a good day. Must be nice to feel that way. When I get to my table, I open my laptop and transform into work mode, but I constantly keep our lunch date at the back of my mind. It's the only thing fueling me to get through the day. Yeah, you gotta have something to motivate you on Mondays. Lunchtime. Would you like some katsudon today? I'm open to whatever you're craving. I'm fine with katsudon. Oh, she's got a dog picture. Her reply was almost immediate, but short. Ooh, she was waiting for the message. Great, let's go to the to the katsudon place nearby. Meet at the lobby in 5. Just like I expect, you're cold and transactional. I'm expecting your guard to be up during lunch as well, but I'll find a way to bring down those walls. Day drinking! No, I'm just kidding. But day drinking! Seems like she opens up a lot more of alcohol, even though she like tries to still be a little closed off. Tidy up my desk a little and close my laptop in preparation to leave for lunch and the very much anticipated lunch date. The lobby is packed full of other employees leaving for lunch, as well as other important people walking around. I sit on a couch and keep a sharp eye out for I don't know why I wanted to read that as M's. I was like, who's M's? Keep a sharp eye out for Miss Ice Queen coming out of the elevator. Many people go in and out, but Ueno-san is nowhere to be seen. The time on my watch reads 12:07 p.m. I start to worry a little, but when I see her face appear after the elevator doors open, all life is brought back to me. I stand up and walk up to her, hoping to get her attention. She spots me and picks up the pace, tucking her hair behind her ear. Sorry, I got caught up in a meeting. A smile forms on my face, and I shake my head to reassure her that I don't mind. It's alright so long as you didn't stand me up. Though you sure have a record of being late, don't you? She unamusedly looks at me. It's not like I want to be late, I'm just busy doing my job. Haha, I'm just joking. Now come on, let's go, I'm starving. We order from the ticket machine quickly and seat ourselves at an empty table at the back of the wall. Line forms outside the restaurant and it keeps growing in a matter of time. Right as we sit down, she gets right down to business and extends her hand out, palm facing up. Can I have my earring back now? Straight to the point, huh? I dig through my bag at her for her singular earring and return it back to its rightful owner. She examines it to double check and it tucks it away safely in her blazer pocket. Thanks, I thought I had lost it for good. I found it on the hotel bed the morning right after you left in a rush. Yueno-san looks away in a bashful manner and starts fiddling with the ends of her hair. So, I don't know what book series it is. It's something to do with, I don't know, my wife's reading through it right now. It has, like, fates in it. Maybe you guys know that one. It's some, like, trilogy, and, I don't know if she, like, falls in love with a fate, but my wife, like, just texted me that they finally kissed. And she's so excited. It took 3 books for them to do that. Meanwhile, in my novel, they already got it on in like 30 minutes into it, okay? So which story's better, huh? I'm just playing. But she's super excited. I'm gonna text her that they I said, hey, they got it on in the first 30 minutes in my visual novel. I had to brag to her a little bit. Her tone is now suddenly much more meek and soft. But I will say, Team Anpim usually makes shorter stories. I do like, though, and I'm watching out, because apparently there's supposed to be some characters from some of the previous stories. We're getting, like, the Team Anpim universe, which is cool. I like how they're connected in a way. It's not my intention to make her feel bad, so I laugh it off in order to ease her nerves. Oh, don't worry about it. As long as I didn't do anything wrong that made you run off like that, it's all good. I wasn't that terrible, was I? Or maybe you were just embarrassed after realizing what happened the night before. No, you were fine. I just had to go home to tend to my dog. I planned on waking up too early to go home, but I ended up sleeping way past my usual time. She's saying it took to the end of the book, such a slow burn. Sorry, I had to read about her excitement about this book. Dog. Who would have thought? And here I thought it was because of me the entire time. I can't help but laugh to myself not having thought of something that wasn't about me. I'm assuming her dog is her picture on Rhine. What? Oh, sorry, nothing. It's just I did something wrong for you to run off like that. I absolutely did not predict that your dog would be the reason at all. Listen, I didn't feed him nor let him out to do his business all night. Of course I had to rush home, especially since I slept in by accident. Yes, I understand. Don't worry. But, huh? I didn't take you to be a dog person. You get off more of a cat person type of energy. I get that a lot, actually. Can I see a picture of him? In a split moment's time, Yueno-san's facial expression switches from a usual poker face to a brightly lit face with stars twinkling in her eyes and a big toothy smile. Who knew she could smile like that? Her hands immediately reach for her phone and she shows me a picture of her dog. Isn't he just so cute? The photo is of a small tan-colored short-haired dog, sitting neatly with his head tilted and tongue sticking out. She continues showing me a barrage of her pet photos, and it's like she forgot she presumably hated me. It's nice to see her look happy and kind for once, though. I'm not complaining. Ask any dog person to see photos of their dog, and it's like they're a whole new person. Like, this is just so real. Like, pet people love to show off their pets. I mean, I'm the same, right? Like, I have my one cat, and she is over there snoozing. Yeah, aren't you? You're taking a little nap. Yeah. She's taking a little nap. Her phone turns to me again for another photo, this time with the dog lying down with its puppy eyes looking up at the camera. Anticipation is written all over her face, waiting for my reaction to her prized companion. It stifles a chuckle out of me. Haha, yes, he's very adorable indeed. What's his name? Galkus. Oh no. Oh no, it's a reference to their first game where the dog was named like Gargus. And now it's Galkus. I still don't know what these are references to. I'm taken aback by the odd name, and I listen, I don't judge. Oh, that's such a recent thing to say. Listen and don't judge. Listen and don't judge. Interesting name. Just some random word I came up with when I was younger. Don't mind it. I'm learning so much about her. What breed is he? Still not entirely sure since my family picked him up off the streets, but the vet said something about it being a mutt. Regardless of what he is, he's still adorable and we love him so much. And you yourself are just as adorable when you smile, you know that? My comment garners the raised eyebrows as she puts her phone down. Not getting any brownie points for some cheesy compliments. I'm just telling the truth. I don't try to get to know everyone. I don't try to get to know every one night stand after all, so consider this a rare occurrence. She slowly turns her questioning face into a snarky grin as she puts her phone down. Oh, what? Don't tell me you fell for me after just one night. I entertain her a little bit and give her a confident smile. I might have. Maybe. Which isn't entirely a lie. What if I told you I was already taken? Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean I can't score. Let's go. I used to love saying that. It's such a terrible thing, but it's just really fun to say. A hearty laughter erupts from her. She starts reading the advertisement plastered on the walls as if it's the most interesting thing on the planet. It's true though. It's like, would you let someone keep you from the love of your life? I feel like that's really bad to like try to like poach somebody that's already taken, but it's like, okay, if they're let's just say like if they're, you know, girlfriend and girlfriend or boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever it may be, they're not married. So if you have the intention to marry them and be with them forever and love them and they do the same to you back, it's like, why let this temporary relationship get in the way of your forever relationship, right? But like I totally get the logic behind that, but it sounds so bad to just be like, just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. It's like, you should still respect that someone's in a relationship, right? Like if they choose to leave that and pursue a relationship with you, that's fine, that's whatever. But I'm not, I would never like advise someone to like cheat, right? Like I've been cheated on. I'm sure if you've been in a lot of relationships, you might have experienced that too. But like cheating never feels good. It's never something I would want someone to experience. So, you know, it's fun to meme around that just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. But like, don't break up a relationship and for cheating. You know, like it's fine if you like mutually agree to like separate and then you pursue another relationship. That's fine. Anyways, I'm a very big advocate of not cheating on people. You're dangerous. As are you, cheater. Oh. Whatever you say, homewrecker. Her retort brings a smile to my face, and I can see the corners of her mouth slightly curve upwards, but it goes away as fast as it appeared. Our food finally arrives, and the aroma of the freshly made katsudon activates the grumbling in our stomachs. Itadakimasu. Itadakimasu. Both we dig in immediately like wolves wolfing down on their freshly killed prey, with neither of us saying a word while eating, letting the hunger take over us. It's hard to speak when the food is this delicious anyways. Your meat is always freshly fried and juicy with an egg atop of a bed of fluffy white rice. There's a reason why the spot is popular among old office workers around this area and why a line always forms during lunch hour. The silence between us goes on for a little longer until I start up a conversation. I asked her out for lunch to get to know her after all. So, are you into women? You know, we just had a one-night stand, you know, it was a pretty passionate affair, but are you even into women? Like, was this just like a fun fling for you? Just from like the few women I've actually like heard their opinion on this, like most women find another woman like that's gross to them. Like, okay, you know, a woman like will be into a guy, like that's normal to them, but like liking another woman, like from what I hear, there's always something about another woman that like grosses them out. So I feel like if you're willing to do all the stuff that they supposedly did the other night, like chances are she's probably okay with women. Like, if she's not, like, grossed out by the prospect of that, like, I think you're good. She adjusts the hair tucked behind her ear and looks up at me mid-bite. What do you think? I don't know, maybe you're just experimenting. I'm not. Straightforward as always. I'm surprised you're single. Didn't I say earlier I was taken and I was cheating on my partner with you? I'm joking. I'm just not looking right now, that's all. Working on myself or whatever. What about you? A smooth talker like you can easily reel in any fish you want. True, but I haven't really found anyone that piqued my interest. Though I might have recently. She holds my gaze for 2 extra seconds longer before breaking it off and going back to focusing on her food. Well, I wish you good luck. Thanks, I think I'll need all the luck I can get. Take another bite of my calzone and try to keep the conversation going. Still can't believe it's been 2 years and I've never seen you eat at the office before. Since I live relatively close and don't have to transit, I come as late as possible. You probably get here too early to see me. Today was an exception, of course. There was some prep work I still had to prepare for a presentation today. Oh, you live nearby. That's pretty convenient then, yeah? It's great that Galkus doesn't have to wait too long to have his dinner and evening walk. Do you live alone? Yes, which isn't the greatest when you have a pet that you can't leave alone for too long. Yeah, it's pretty rough, huh? You're essentially a single mom. Are you into single moms? I blink out of shock at the absurd question and tangent, but I laugh and answer truthfully. I don't think I'd mind, though I do prefer someone around my age. How old are you? I didn't think she'd be asking anything, but I'm not complaining. 28. That's so real. Wait, am I 28? Or am I 29 now? Ah, crap. I'm 29 now. That's crazy. I'm getting so old. She nods as she wipes her mouth with grace. I see. Can't just ask without telling me yours. She gives me a smug face, mocking me, although she's still in control. Who said I can't? This girl. She's so hot and cold, somehow that only draws me to her more. Aha! She's Katy Perry. It's so obvious. But unfortunately, the answer to her age, my magnetic attraction to her, will have to wait for another day. I checked the time on my watch and noticed we're already 3/4 into our lunchtime. I didn't realize time went by so fast. Shall we get going soon? It'll take some time to walk back. Yes, let's go. Two of us make our way out of the bustling restaurant, weaving through the tightly packed tables. I do wonder how old she is. I think it'd be interesting if she was like a fair bit older. So, Natsuha is 28. I think it'd be really interesting if like Fuyumi was like 34 or something like crazy. Like, I understand for most people it's probably not a huge age gap, but like I feel like it kind of is a little bit. Once we step outside, the crisp, fresh air greets us, a sharp contrast to the stuffiness inside. There's still a big line outside the restaurant, even though it's been an hour. The streets are more crowded too, as everyone's out and about. A blend of office workers and regular everyday pedestrians roam the streets looking to grab a bite before heading back to their regularly scheduled programming. Wow, she's calling them NPCs. Yuano-san walks ahead of me, eager to get back on time, and I follow behind her, taking my sweet time. It helps that I have slightly longer legs than her. I put my hands behind my head and stroll leisurely behind her, watching her go, but she turns around after noticing I'm not next to her. Don't you have to get back on time? No, I can be a few minutes late. My manager won't mind. She's really chill. Must be nice. If I'm even 1 minute late, I'm bound to get... Careful. I grab Yuano-san's hand and pull her towards me, setting her stance with my other hand on her arm. What are you doing? A bicyclist soon whizzes by and would have squashed Yuano-san into pieces had I not pulled her back. I catch a whiff of her perfume from her proximity, the same light floral and slightly woody scent as that night. Saving you. Didn't something like this happen in Natsumi in Uyuko? Didn't she also save her from a bicyclist? Because I remember them mentioning like wishing bicyclists would pay more attention. It really helps that I played the first story like not too long ago. Looks at me briefly and quickly averts her gaze, embarrassed. Please remember to look forward when walking, Yuano-san. A tint of red creeps up on her face, making me want to tease her more, but I abstain. You can let go of me now. I didn't even realize I was still holding on to her. As she requested, I released her and she straightens out her suit. Sorry, Yuano-san. You can just call me Fuyumi. It feels weird hearing you speak so formally when you have such a casual attitude. It doesn't suit you. Oh, okay. Fuyumi. She stares at me with a judging squint and a pregnant pause. A pregnant pause. I have never heard anybody say that, ever. A pregnant pause. Hold up. A pregnant pause is a deliberate, significant, or often tense silence in conversation or public speaking lasting roughly 3 to 10 seconds. I have never, ever heard that, and I love that. That's great. Wait, never mind. Go back to Ano-san. I feel like you're getting way ahead of yourself. Nope, too late. No takebacks. Flash for a big toothy grin and a peace sign signaling my victory. In return, you can just call me Natsuha without any honorifics. Fine then, but I don't. Wait, it's getting late. We gotta head back now. I swear we still hadn't. Yumi grabs me by the hand as she yanks me as she runs back to the office as fast as our heels can take us. We make it back in the nick of time, though. Still about 5 minutes late. As expected, I get a small slap on the wrist from my manager, but she's usually pretty chill about it, especially since I BS some scenario for an excuse. I got scolded. Well, it's a red panda. Lucky you, I got extra work. Ah, sorry. You owe me. Does this mean you want to go on another date with me? If it means you trading me to food for the extra work I have to take up, yes. Ouch. I gotta go before I get into even more trouble. I'll let her go as I too want to avoid getting into trouble for being on my phone or shift my focus back to work. Another date, though. I'm not complaining if she wants to. Even if it means me, making up the extra work she had to take on. The TV sounds playing in the background fill the stillness of my apartment, giving me company despite me eating breakfast by myself. Life is Yuri-ful. I scroll through my Twitter feed as if it's my daily newspaper, liking posts left and right and chuckling at the funny videos. Suddenly I get an unexpected notification popping up from above my phone screen. The name on my notification catches me off guard, but I get excited seeing who it is. Just post a giant picture of her dog. Galkus says good morning. I drop my toast and send a message back ASAP to keep the conversation going. Aw, so cute. I want to meet him so badly. You can meet him one day. He seems interested in you, sniffing you through the camera and all. We're looking forward to that day. When will it be? We'll see. Today? After a few minutes of no reply, I've come to the conclusion that I've been left unread. How cute of her to message first. Totally didn't see that coming. Does this mean she's warming up to me? I grin to myself with the idea of being able to melt the Ice Queen. We're gonna melt Elsa. My daydreams will have to wait, though. I lock my phone while I finish up the rest of my breakfast, soon to head out for the dreaded work day. If only time would tick as slowly as it does at the office. I think we're gonna take a quick water break. Gotta stay hydrated. My hours are heavy as if dumbbells are weighing them down. I'm using every ounce of my willpower to fight the sleepiness of the food coma I got from lunch. I can feel myself drifting in and out, and my eyelids gradually flutter closed until my manager, speaking up to a lot of us, puts me on high alert. Can someone help me bring this up to accounting? I'm in the middle of a meeting. Just a split second, my brain fully turns on and I shoot up from my seat with a raised hand. Me, I volunteer. Great, here, take this to Shimazaki-san. He should be in his office right now and knows that this is being delivered. She slams the thick envelope of documents on my desk and scurries back to her office. Take the unassuming files and start my jolly way up to the accounting floor, excited to catch a glimpse of Fuyumi if possible. I'm dying of curiosity to see what she's like in work mode. Probably like her normal self, where she's kind of cold. Just 1 foot of the elevator, I can quickly sense the difference in atmosphere compared to the marketing floor. Everyone's at their desks with their heads facing their monitors, with the few that are quietly discussing work matters at their desk. The layout of the floor isn't too drastically different from the marketing departments, but still different enough to give it its own personality. To make my way to the room labeled Shimazaki, I I take a quick peek around the working area to find the girl responsible for the whole reason I took on the side quest. I find her sitting at her little cubicle so deeply focused on the task in front of her that she doesn't even notice my burning gaze as I pass by. She's intently staring at her computer screen with furrowed brows, looking mad at her monitor typing. What a hard worker. I try passing by her row as close as possible, but to no avail. She's still focused heavily on her work. She may not have noticed me, but everyone else's eyes are on me as I walk through the aisle to reach the higher-up's room, as if I'm an alien that just landed on Earth. My spirits dampen a little from not being noticed, but I try not to let it get to me and focus on my own task at hand. I knock 3 times on the door, and a scraggly-looking middle-aged man greets me. Hello, Shimazaki-san. Here are the documents for Ryugazaki-san from the marketing department. His cold eyes look at me up and down in a judgmental manner, and all he says in his quiet voice is a word of thanks as he reaches out for the documents. As a gesture of respect for a higher-up, I bow 90 degrees as he slams the door in my face. Despite his rudeness, I maintain my customer service smile and pay no mind to his lack of warmth. Excuse me, are you Ishiyama Natsuha-san from the marketing department? Turn to my side to find a lovely young lady around my height, dressed in a feminine blouse and with a medium-length naval blue pencil skirt. Her alluring features rival Fuyumi's, sure to make anyone swoon with her mature aura and plentiful assets. She was one of the girls in the mix. I don't quite remember her name, though I do remember her face. She looks familiar. I smiled sweetly. I addressed her without saying her name. Embarrassed, I don't remember her at all. But yes, I'm just here to drop off some documents. So I was right. I'm Nogazaki Shiho. I was at the unofficial company mixer 2 weeks ago. Yes, I remember you. It's a shame you ended up at the other end of the table. I never got to properly chat with you. Oh, you remember me. I'm honored. Of course, it's hard to forget someone as pretty as you. You flatter me. Say, would you like some snacks while you're here? We have way too much for our own good. Oh, don't mind if I do. Of course, follow me. I tail behind the tall girl's luscious, slightly curled brown hair until we reach the fluorescently lit kitchen area. It's spick and span, much cleaner than the marketing departments could ever be. She takes me to the drawers and cupboards where she tucks her hair behind her ear. She bends over to pull out the drawers, revealing a little more than just the plentiful snacks. She knows what she's doing. I randomly grab a pack of gummies and stuff them in my blazer pocket. Thanks, this will definitely get me for the rest of the day. Hee, I'm glad. If you ever want any more snacks, just let me know. I can always deliver some to you if... Chiyo-san turns around in a flurry, surprised by the unexpected guest appearance. Nogazaki-san, the team lead is looking for you to start a meeting soon. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Ueno-san. She turns to me and bows her head before heading back to her work area. See you around, Natsuha-san. Of course. I wave goodbye with a small smile, and I suddenly feel a burning stare boring into me from Fuyumi. Jealous? Yeah. Fuyumi walks around me to the coffee machine and starts refilling her mug. Not sure if the deadpan voice was sarcasm or not, but it's more fun to pretend that it's not. Well, if you're jealous, I can help with that. Are you free tonight? Unfortunately, no. Aw, really? Yes, I have to stay late to finish some work and then I have plans after. Leaning against the counter watching the coffee slowly reach the top of her mug. How long are you staying till? I can wait for you. She retrieves her mug and sighs, putting a hand on her hip. I'm busy tonight, Natsuha. I can't entertain you. I purse my lip and give her a pouty face, but ultimately take the hint and stop pressing her. Okay. We're gonna get back to work. You already finished what you needed to do here, didn't you? She lightly slaps my arm and exits the kitchen without batting an eye at me. Rejected. I continue pouting and watch her longingly as she walks farther and farther away. I guess I'll go straight home tonight, put on a movie or something. K-pop Demon Hunters. We're going up, it's our moment. Sorry. Not like I could stay up too late anyways, it's a Tuesday after all. As Fuyumi suggested I head back into the work area to hop onto the elevator back to my territory. Later that evening. The time I watch flashes from 4:39 p.m. to 4:40 p.m. and I take a big stretch, eliciting a little crack from my shoulder that probably signifies I've been sitting on my desk for too long. I think I can slack off a little with the remaining 20 minutes, right? Reach out to my phone to check any missed messages, but I retract my hand once I hear footsteps thunking towards me, greeted by an antsy, nervous-looking Ichiro scuttling over. Natsuha. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Do you think you can help me finish the write-up for the new landing page? My raised brows and confused look manages to convey all that I want to say, because I absolutely do not want to stay overtime no matter how much he's bribing me with. Without me explaining, he goes into begging mode, desperate to push the job onto me. Please, Natsuha, I have an important dinner tonight for my parents' birthday, and I absolutely cannot miss it, or I swear they're going to disown me, and I can't get it finished before the end of the day, and it's due tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yes. What? On the bright side, it's practically almost done. There's just a few more sections left, and you're the only one who has context about the project. He gives me his best puppy eyes with his hands clasped together. I show my discontentment with a facepalm, and I shake my head while sighing, doing as much as possible to show that I'm not wanting to take it off his hands. Natsuha, please. I beg of you. I give him a death stare, but eventually surrender with another heavy sigh. Ichiro's a nice guy, after all, and has helped me during my times of need before. No matter how annoying he can get sometimes. I'll be sure to keep tabs on this favor. Fine, I'll do it. Just make sure you give me everything I need to complete it fast. Yes, of course. I promise it'll be quick, especially with your great work and capability. Yeah, no need to glaze me. He shakes my hand with fervor and rushes to leave. You're the best, Natsuha. I'll make it up to you. I promise. I lean back in my chair with my head in my hands, dreading the next few hours of my life. Get another big sigh and mentally groan as I swing back to my laptop, trying to pull up all the documents related to this project. There goes my relaxing movie night. I'll probably just get home and pass out. That's literally what I wanted to do last night after I got off work. I was like, yeah, I just want to come home and like sleep. Which sounds so lame. I didn't want to do that. 2 hours later, I typed the last words and go over the Word doc one more time to double check for any errors. My eyes are dry and blurry from staring at the screen for 2 hours too long. Did I press auto? How do I unpress auto? I don't know how to undo it. I don't know how to do it. Hold on, we save. How does one undo auto? Okay, I think we're good. My eyes are dry and blurry from staring at the screen for 2 hours too long. The bright lights in the office hurt my eyes, and I can't wait to turn them off and head back home. Before I set out of the building, it occurs to me that a certain someone is also working overtime. Is she still here? Oh, I don't want this again. Hey, you still at the office? I'm just leaving, actually, in the lobby. Wait for me. I rush to the elevator and jam the down button, afraid that Fuyumi won't be there anymore by the time I get down. But to my surprise, she's sitting on one of the many couches in the foyer. She looks up from her phone and puts it away, standing up and getting ready to leave as I walk up to her. Wow, I didn't think you'd actually wait for me. I'm a woman full of surprises. That's the best kind of woman. A woman that'll keep you entertained. That'll never leave a dull moment. A flat smile appears on her face before she turns around to walk to the main entrance. Catch up with her and start prying a little. So what are you doing tonight? Partying? You think I could go out partying on a Tuesday night? Could be. I've seen people party every night despite having a 9-to-5 job. I'm unfortunately not one of those people. Then what is this fine lady busy with tonight? She looks at me and hesitates to leak her plans, then opens up. Is it about her dog? I need to build some bookshelves for my place. Putting off the last 2 weeks because I've been too busy, but I finally decided to put on my big girl pants and get them done tonight. Oh, would you like some help? I can guarantee it'll be done in an hour or less. Sends me a skeptical look of a raised eyebrow. Trust me, I'm pretty handy. Fuyumi still looks doubtful, so I make use of my marketing skills. 4 hands are better than 2. It'll be way faster if you have help. Which means you can retire to bed much earlier than if you were to do it by yourself. And besides, give her my sincerest pleading look, hoping it'll help. I really want to meet Galkus. He's just so cute and adorable, I would love to be able to just pet him and play with him. The moment Galkus is mentioned, the light in Fuyumi's eyes shine bright and her face softens up. Bingo. Okay, you're right. Marketing worked, baby. We sold the product, which is us coming over. Her finger points at me and her expression hardens again and she announces the damnedest thing. I'm inviting you over to my place only to build the bookshelves and to play with Galkus. Don't try anything funny. I don't know. I feel like it was her that was trying things funny at the hotel. We were being good intentioned and she was the one that started flirting back heavily, okay? So I think you need to remember that more than Natsuha does. Taken aback and honestly feeling a little offended. Yes, of course, jeez, what do you take me for? sleazebag in disguise. Don't understand what she's coming from and don't blame her at all. I can't help feeling a little sad. I feel like you're more of a sleazebag, playing like the quiet type, you know, being cold, and you know, you were flirting in the bathroom a lot, like you were just laying it thick, and then at the hotel, I don't know. I mean, Natsuha is definitely like more forward, I guess, with her flirtiness, but like Fuyumi is very quiet and kind of like throws it out when you least expect it. She steals a glance at me, sensing the seriousness of my voice. I don't know, a little? I'm sorry if I come off that way. I really don't want you to have that impression of me. I genuinely am interested in getting to know you better. It may seem very distant and cold, but you have an interesting and different side to you that I want to uncover. I don't mean to be. I'm just doing it to protect myself. I'm sure you have your reasons for being guarded, and I respect that. Though I hope one day I can gain your trust and can be comfortable enough with me to open up. Hope you can be comfortable enough. And of course, to change your initial sleazebag impression of me. Oh my gosh, my cat just sneezed and it scared the crap out of me. Yeah, are you up? She sneezes herself awake and then immediately begins bathing herself. You are such a cat. And depending on how you behave, the impression can be easily changed, I guess. Ma'am, yes ma'am. Give her a soldier salute, and her little smile that she tries to hide eases my worries, making me smile in return. She starts walking again, and for a while, no conversation is had, and it's silent between us aside from the various city noises. The September weather is still relatively warm, but it's cool enough to make you reach for a light jacket in the morning. Why were you still at the office? Don't tell me you were actually waiting for me. No, as much as I would have loved to. I had work forced upon me last minute. Well, I guess I was just too nice to say no, so I took it upon myself. Ah, classic. I know that very well. You don't know how to say no? I feel like you can easily say no and send them running with their tails between their legs. Fuyumi scoffs and laughs out loud. Contrary to popular belief, including yours, I'm actually a very nice person. Or so some say. Really, wow, I would love to see that side of yours one day. Am I not nice enough to you already? I can feel her sarcasm dripping like melted butter. Counter of my own sarcasm. Yeah, you're really nice to me. Yep, so kind. Haha. She laughs a lighthearted laugh. To be fair, you didn't start off on your best foot either, holding my earring hostage for a lunch date and all. Oh, okay, you have a point. How else would I have gotten a date out of you? Maybe try asking me normally without holding my earring hostage. No, it's more fun and leaves a deeper impression with how I went about it, don't you think? It gets you thinking about me. Like they say, all publicity is good publicity. You're insane. Waving my hand in the air for dramatic effect as if I'm waving a trail of sparkles in the air. I like to frame it as thinking outside the box. Okay, SpongeBob. Give her a cheeky grin and I'm met with a disapproving head shake, but at the very least a smile on her face. For every smile of hers, I feel like I'm gaining some points on her book. The rest of the way to her place became a comfortable silence between us, but in a matter of minutes we reached her apartment building. Just as she said, she really does live super close. The building doesn't look old nor new, with about 7 floors. Its unadventurous beige paint job makes it blend in with the surrounding apartments, like a nondescript face in a crowded street. But it looks quaint and cozy, fitting for any bachelorette living alone. We reach her unit, and as soon as she swings open the door, you can hear the pitter-patter of a dog's claws on the hardwood floor rushing towards us. Fuyumi kneels down and ruffles Gulkus's face before picking up and waving his paws at me. Gulkus, meet Natsuha. Natsuha, Gulkus. The dog immediately cranes his neck in my direction and starts sniffing like mad, curious about this new stranger. Hi, Gulkus. Nice to meet you. I keep my fisted hand still as he completes his vibe check. Leaving me harmless, he turns back to his owner and licks her chin, tickling the Ice Queen and drawing a rare giggle from her. Okay, go back. Fuyumi takes off her shoes, and I follow suit. Ojama? I haven't heard this one. Ojama shimasu. Ojama shimasu. Is that supposed to mean, like, I'm home? Because isn't that, is that Tadaima? I don't know, I have to think about that for a minute. The 2 boxes containing the unassembled bookshelves take up the small hallway, and we maneuver past them into her studio apartment. Her place is neat and tidy with a very minimalist aesthetic. It looks a little bare, but her little knickknacks at the decor here and there breathe life into the IKEA-like modeled home. I'm like, why is there an A? Are you trying to, like, not use IKEA? It's a IKEA. hard not to notice a couple of Rigo sculptures spread throughout the decor, ranging from small cute ones to medium-sized set of buildings and flowers. Okay, I'm assuming that's supposed to be Lego. Aside from the Rigo and knickknacks, though, everything is color and material coordinated with her furniture, with all of them being wood and earthy neutral tones. Is it supposed to be Rigo because like they have trouble pronouncing L's? Isn't that like the Japanese thing, they can't pronounce L? Her bed is all made and pristine with nothing on it except for her pillow and duvet. The only thing that's not tight in her room is the littered toys and knocked over basket that held said toys. Gulkus, why did you make such a big mess? All Gulkus does is look at her and tilt his head, not realizing the trouble he's in. Anger doesn't last long at all when Gulkus walks up to Fuyumi, panting with his tongue out and wagging tail. Fuyumi scratches his chin and begins cleaning up the few remaining things out of place in his room. In the middle of the room sits a small oval wooden table with a used coffee mug and a laptop, which soon gets sent to the sink and stored away respectively. Just make yourself at home. Do you want anything to drink? Did you eat yet? Just water is fine. Yes, I grabbed something at the convenience store nearby before I started my overtime. Nice. Can you help me grab the boxes over? We can start after I change into more comfortable clothes. Yes, ma'am. Move the coffee table aside against the wall, and we each bring one box to the center of the room, leaving one against the wall for the time being so we can do one at a time. While she's changing in the bathroom, I walk around and survey the room a little bit more, curious to learn more about her. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, so I'm going to pause the video. You guys won't even notice, but give me one moment. Alright, let's pick up where we just left off. We are going to learn more about her by surveying her room. Unsurprisingly, her desk is clean and spotless with not even a speck of dust in sight. Could not be me. She has a bunch of books lined up against the wall on the desk, and next to it is a big pen organizer filled with pens of various colors. A bunch of tiny cat figurines holding up shrimp fried tempura, presumably from blind boxes, are lined up on the top of the books, adding even more character to the colorfully adorned desk. Despite a tiny photo frame of her holding up Gulkus with her smiling ever so brightly, her innocent smile further proves that she definitely has a softer side to her, like she said. Gulkus walks up to me and sniffs me some more, so I bend down and start petting his short tan fur. He sticks his tongue out and starts panting, showing his happiness from the attention. What's your secret to unlocking that smile of your owners, huh? Do you want to tell me? Become a dog and find out. Kinky? Yumi walks out of the bathroom, now adorned in a comfy-looking blue pajama set, a 180 from what she was previously wearing. I get up and put my fisted hands up, posing like a dog's paws. Woof. She walks by me and pats me on the head. I wasn't at all serious about that statement, but good girl, I guess. I burst out laughing at the ridiculousness. I really must be somehow going crazy for this woman, and I only just barely met her. She reaches for a utility knife and cuts the first box open, and a bunch of loose pieces of the bookshelf greet us. Oh, I hate that. Every time you get something from IKEA and then you gotta put together, it's like, okay, you had the fun going in the store and picking it out, and you're like, oh, this would look so great in my house. And then it's like the time to actually put it together, and you're like, oh, I regret everything. Started taking out the parts out and grouped them by size. From the looks of it, it shouldn't be too hard to assemble. That's what I thought every time I opened something from IKEA too. And it somehow always manages to take longer than I feel like it should. Take off my blazer to move more freely and set it aside, only then noticing Fuyumi's eyes fixed on me, catching her staring. I look down and remember that I'm wearing only a ribbed tank top, my shoulders and arms bared in the open. Maybe this is a little indecent for her. You want to talk about indecency? I think you've already seen everything else. Sorry, is this too revealing? I can put my jacket back on. She snaps out of it and replies with a stammer while averting her gaze. No, it's fine. You look good. I mean, it's all good. I shrug and continue clearing the workstation on the floor and get ready to be Bob the Builder. Gulkus comes around and starts sniffing every little thing placed on the floor as if he's some sort of inspector. Yumi picks up the instruction manual and reads it aloud for me, and we start working on the group project together. Now, see, you can't do that because I have to physically look. I have to actually see the instructions. I need to see the picture that shows it forming together for my brain to register it. I can't just have, like, you tell me. Like, oh yeah, put A into B. That's not how it works. I need to physically see it. Okay, place the wooden pegs into all the platforms that have the holes on the side. I can do the 2 big ones, and you can do the other 2. I feel like Team Anpim must have just put together a bookshelf before they wrote this. Like, they have recent experience. Because I'm like, I will say I know what they're talking about in this part. Roger that. 2 of us go ahead and assemble 2 each, quickly blazing through the easy first step. In a matter of a minute or even less, the first step's done. This might have actually been really easy to assemble with just 1 person. Next, take those long side pieces and screw in the long metal pieces. You can take the screwdriver I already have, and I'll use the one provided. Reach for a handful of metal pegs as I go ahead and grab one of the side pieces, but instead of feeling the cold hard steel, I feel warm slender fingers instead. Excuse me. I look to the pile of metal pegs and I see myself grabbing onto one of Fuyumi's fingers. Oh shoot, sorry. She retracts her hand and takes the metal peg and quickly turns to resume to her task. It's fine. I notice her face looking a little red, and I wonder if she's overworked herself today. You feeling okay? Your face is a little red. You're not feverish, are you? Huh? Her face turns even redder and she starts feeling her face. No, I think it's just getting hot in here, full of moving around. Well, let me know if you need a break then. I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's hurry and get back to the building. Get back to building. For the next 40 minutes or so, we continue building the books in between a bunch of small talk and mainly silence as we focus. At first, I thought the silence was a little uncomfortable as I felt the need to fill it with something, but I quickly got accustomed to it after seeing Fuyumi put in her 200% trying to build the bookshelf. I figured I won't disturb her concentration. Through the silence, we managed to efficiently build the 2 bookshelves with no hiccups in 40 minutes. The second one was a breeze after the first one. We finished in record time. So I have some IKEA, what would you call them, like TV stands? So I put 2 of them together to make like a really long one because I have like a 75-inch TV, which sounds really nice and really fancy, and I regret it because it's too big. I feel like there's a level at which it's too big because I just live in an apartment, okay? Like I'm not out here living fancy by any means. And if you have like a big enough space, like if you have a really nice big home, you can push the TV far enough back that like it'll look good, right? But like at 75 inches, it's like with an apartment, obviously there's not that much room. It's just, I feel like I'm too close to it. I feel like it's too big. I'd rather have had a smaller one. I still regret that. I bought this TV years ago. Still regret it. I wish I would have gotten a 65. I think 65 is a great size. And anyways, but I put together 2 IKEA TV stands and I have it placed on there. They're not technically rated for the amount of weight that I'm using, but it's okay. It's split, so it should be fine. But my point is, if I can get past my ADHD brain that wants to constantly go off topic, is that I put together the first one, and yes, the second one is so much easier because I'm like, oh, I already know how to do this. So now I pretty much like did the second one without even looking at the instructions for the first. That should have taken me like 10 seconds at most to say, and I feel like that took like a whole minute. We pushed the bookshelves towards each other against the wall and joined them to create one mega bookshelf. Yeah, just like I made a mega TV stand. I dust my hands and put them on my hips as I stare in awe and pride at the work we just completed. Otsukare. I actually don't know what that one means. It only took us 40 minutes. I'm assuming that means all done? It could have taken longer if it was just one person building. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the help. I sheepishly chuckle. You can always count on me to help with anything. Just one call away. Oh, you'd be willing to help and be there for anything. Anything. I'll keep that in mind. Fuyumi heads to the kitchen sink to wash her hands and I follow suit. Do you want any snacks or food as thanks? No, I think I'm good. It's getting late, I should probably get going. I did tell her that I only came to help her with her bookshelves, didn't I? I'm not supposed to pull anything funny. We're not supposed to be sleazy. No matter how tempting it is. Oh yeah, you're right. You should also probably get some rest too. It was a long day for both of us. Put on my blazer jacket and purse, head towards the door, Fuyumi following close behind to send me off. Okay, I'm off. Get home safe. And thanks again for the help. Her soft side is melting me, making me form a goofy smile on my face. You're very welcome. take a drink of my cherry Coke that I got while I was gone. Bathroom and a drink is great while you're enjoying a nice story. I step out into the chilly, cloudy weather and get ready for my trek home until I'm stopped by Fuyumi. Natsuha. Hmm? Text me when you get home, just so I know you got home safely. My heart hasn't already melted yet. It's definitely a pile of sloppy goop all over the floor by now. What a way to describe that. In a good way. Oh, yes, in a good way, obviously. Ah, yes, will do. I'm about to leave, but a risky, impulsive thought comes to my mind, and I try my luck. She said not to try anything. I mean, I know she's kind of giving the vibe that she wants you to, but at the same time, I feel like she's telling you, like, already not to do that. Yuka tilts her head and raises her eyebrows, wondering why I'm not leaving yet. This would be a great moment for a goodbye kiss, don't you think? Ooh, that is bold. That's very bold. She tilts her head in the other direction with a seemingly annoyed face. I instantly know my plan didn't work. I think what you should have done is like a goodbye hug. Like you kind of have to ease in there. It's like, obviously you've already gone past a hug and a kiss, but Boo. Eep. Fuyumi spins around and some of the papers in the file she is holding fly out, making a soft landing on the floor. Her shocked face is replaced by a displeased frown as she slaps me on the arm before bending down to pick up the papers. I join her down below to help while satiating my curiosity. Well, well, well. What are you doing in my territory? Because I wanted to see you oh so badly. You could have just told me. I would have come running up to your floor. I can't have you flirting with more of my colleagues like last time. Oh, you remember? Well, don't tell me you're actually jealous. She did say that she was jealous. Like, we asked her before. She said she was jealous. Like, this is not a surprise. She was very upfront with how she felt. I take her answer with a grain of salt as I can't tell when she's serious or not. Are you free tonight? I'm not, unfortunately. What about... Ah, might you be Ueno-san? Yumi gets her straight posture towering over me. Yes, I am. Good. Sorry, I was in a meeting that ran late. I can take the report off your hands. Thank you again, and sorry for troubling you to bring them down here. No, not at all. It's my pleasure to be of help. I stand back up in time to see Fuyumi's customer service smile, a cordial and professional smile that can easily gain the trust of any higher-up in seconds. If you'll excuse me, I'll be taking my leave now. Yes, take care. My coworker takes her seat as Fuyumi struts past, eager to leave without another word. But before she can slip away, I reach out and lightly nick against her pinky, vying for her attention. She turns her head at the touch, caught off guard by the surprise attack, but still composed before she looks away and carries on. I head back to my desk where I was planning on focusing and getting my project done, but my thoughts are now occupied by Fuyumi instead. I'm not going to get anything done for the rest of the day, I don't think. Speak of the devil, though, as I get a message from Fuyumi. What was all Still squatting. Get on, I can piggyback you home. Her face is appalled, body now rigid, shocked at the wild suggestion. Are you insane? No. Surely there's another way. Can't you just let me support and I can hop my way home? Do you know how long that'll take you? Both you and I don't have all night. Come on. Yumi bites her nail and looks to the side in anguish, knowing I'm right. I wouldn't mind. Well, I mind. Now get on. For some reason, she's still reluctant to use me as a chariot, and she unfortunately stays put. But I'm heavy. She's just making excuses at this point. No, you're not. And besides, I hit the gym so I can handle carrying someone like you. It'll be fine. Wait. I'm wearing a skirt. I'm gonna flash everyone. Oh, you're right. That's why we should go with my idea instead. I take off my zip-up hoodie and tie it around her waist, making sure it covers most of her behind, then hike her skirt up to her thighs. The hell are you doing? She tries to pry my hands off. There, now you can spread your legs while I piggyback you home. You're insane. Her face was flushed red as if she was in a cartoon. Steam would definitely be blowing out of her ears. Now, like I said, I think outside the box. Now get on. Besides, it's late at night and your place is mainly residential anyways. There won't be anyone on the streets to see anything. I turn around and bend over slightly so she can more easily jump on. I pat my shoulder and give her a reassuring smile to give her that push to trust in me. She hesitates at first, but she gets on her good leg and leans onto my back, hanging her arms over my shoulder with her heels in hand. I grab onto the back of her thigh to keep her from falling, and I stand up straight. Heave-ho! Her arms tighten around my neck as I rev my engines. You okay? Alright, let's go. The trip is mainly quiet at first, with just the sounds of the city and the distance filling the void between us, until Fuyumi's whisper drifts into my ear, sending a semi-ASMR shiver through me and making me realize just how close she is. Thank you. Don't worry about it. I'm just surprised you called me to help you. I don't know, you were just the first one that popped in my head. I also didn't think you'd be free or even bother to come out. I know it's late and you have work tomorrow, but when a damsel in distress is in need, how can I not jump on my feet and race to come help her? God, I feel so stupid. The grip on my neck tightens a little and she leans into me, a little more. Such a stupid fumble. It's okay, stuff like this happens all the time. No, it doesn't. I don't know what's wrong with me lately, making mistakes left and right. And then this. Rough week, huh? Tell me about it. Her head hangs in defeat and I nudge it with my own to knock some positivity into her. Just gotta get through the week, it's almost the weekend. Though I guess you can't really go anywhere with this injured foot of yours, huh? Don't remind me. Now that I think about it, you can't even go grocery shopping or anything. What are you gonna do? Oh, I guess you can just order online and get it delivered. Yes, I could, but why do that when I could just get you to help me with my groceries and needs, right? She pokes my cheek gently with her finger, pulling a smile out of me. Didn't you say I could call you to help me if anything? My smile grows bigger and I scoff, low-key regretting my promise. I guess I did say that, huh? Too late to take it back, just saying. I didn't say I was taking it back. Good. She pats me on my head like I'm a good little dog and giggles while I shake my head slightly at the situation I put myself in. She's lucky I don't mind. She'll probably take a break. This isn't an easy task. No, I'm fine. Don't worry, we're almost there. If I take a break now, I'll just be more tired. Fuyumi sighs and pinches my cheek lightly. You're so stubborn and bullheaded. I know. If I wasn't, I don't think I'd be able to be here doing this right now. I say I'm fine, but carrying someone for 15 minutes straight is starting to get to me. Yeah, I could absolutely see that. Like, even if they're light, like there's that whole thing that I did when I was younger. I was in a class and our teacher had everybody carry their chair above their head for 5 minutes. And the chair itself is really light. Like, it wasn't, like, hard to do. But when you're holding something above your head for 5 minutes, like, just with gravity, it starts to feel really heavy after a while. That was a really cool experiment that we were able to do. It's like some people after 5 minutes were like, no, I can't hold this anymore. Even though it's not really that heavy, it's just the fact that you have to do it for so long can add up. My legs are tired and I can feel my arms start to shake slightly from fatigue. But we're almost there. I'm so glad her apartment complex has an elevator, otherwise I don't know if I would have been able to make it up the stairs to even the 3rd floor. Fuyumi unlocks the door while still on my back, and I take the rest of my energy to dart to her bed and drop her down. While I slink away onto the floor, I stretch my back and arms to loosen up the stiff bones I'm carrying her and try to release the tension in my body. Idiot, I told you not to carry me all the way. I'm fine. Stop putting on a front. She joins me on the floor, checking the condition of her ankle. It's still red and swollen looking. Do you have any ice in a bag or anything? I do. You should be able to find some ice in the freezer and then Ziploc bags in the top right cupboard. I go make her a makeshift ice pack and take a clean looking kitchen towel to wrap it up, making sure it's not too cold. Think you can get a doctor to check this out on your own? Yeah, I'll probably ask a friend who has a car. I think it's fine though, it doesn't hurt as much now. Either that or it's become so numb that I don't feel the pain anymore. Give her a worried look after hearing that. That's not good. I'll survive. How are you going to give Gulkus his walks? Wait, speaking of, where is he? He's currently with my parents. He was only supposed to be with them for a week, but I think he'll have to stay there for another or so until I heal. At least that's one less thing to worry about. Yeah, but having an emotional support dog would help a lot in times like these. What about an emotional support person? What do you mean? You have one right here. I kneel neatly, sitting up straight with my hands on my lap and a bright smile facing Fuyumi. Fuyumi gives me a judging stare, and it's just silence for the next 15 seconds. Guys, it's a pregnant pause. Come on, please say something. I'm trying really hard here. That's how I feel when I make a joke, and I'm like, I have no idea if anybody actually laughs at them. It might just be me. She breaks character and bursts out laughing, giving into the roleplay. Your dedication is admirable. There. She pats my head gently, bringing a slight blush to my face, but I keep my cool to try to hide it. God, is she pretty when she smiles. Anyways, do you need help with anything before I leave? Who said you're leaving? A devilish grin appears on her face and she pulls me close with her lips to my ear. Natsuha. I gulp, unable to predict her next move. What is she? Can you help me grab the laundry from my balcony? Please and thanks. She pulls away from me and smiles a toothy smile. I look out to the balcony and see some shirts and undergarments hanging out in the night. I roll my eyes and shake my head, but get up and help the patient in need. You're so lucky you're injured right now, or wouldn't it be so nice? You'd be nice to me regardless. Her smug look proves that she knows that she has me wrapped around her finger, and that I'm willingly letting her do so. Don't take me for granted now. The cool air gets invited in when I open the balcony door and I start getting to work. Her many white shirts are not surprising, but her choice in underwear is. They're surprisingly boring, just nude in color, all from Uniqlo's. Is that supposed to be Uniqlo? Except it's Uniqlo's. I was under the impression she'd be wearing something more like that night. The images of the night resurface in my mind. I quickly shake them out vigorously. Get a grip, Natsuha. Finish your job and go home. Once I gather old articles of clothing, I bring them inside and set them on the chair as she instructs. If there's nothing else, I better get going soon. Look at my watch and it reads 11:30, making me realize it's already so late. Let me call a cab for you. It's the least I can do for putting you through all the trouble. Initially, I want to refuse, but the cab does sound better than walking in the dark and taking the train. Then I'll happily take it if you're so generously offering. Fuyumi pulls out her phone and starts fiddling with it to call the taxi. I take a seat next to her on the floor and watch her input the details into the app. So it'll take about 7 minutes to get here. Sure, no problem. Drops her hands to her side and leans her head onto her bed, staring up at the blank ceiling. What a long day. I have to figure out how to tell my manager about this too. Do you think I can get an extended sick leave for this? I don't know, but you probably should be able to. Pretty cold-hearted of them to make you go into work with an injury like that. Corporations are pretty cold-hearted, so I wouldn't be surprised. Amen to that. Surely this company wouldn't be like that. Fuyumi scoffs and readjusts her ice pack to another position on her ankle. I mean, she has her laptop, so she should be able to, like, work from home. Do you need me to drop by from time to time to see how you're doing, or if you need anything? No, I'll be fine. You sure? Yes, you worrywart. I'll call you if I need anything, but honestly, don't worry about me. She turns to me with her deep blue ocean eyes staring into me as if she has something more to say. Hold her gaze and wonder what's going through her mind. How can I not? As if drawn by a magnetic force, the space between us shrinks until our lips are just inches apart. My heart's beating as loud as the taiko drums at a festival. I wouldn't be surprised if Fuyumi can hear it. Is hers beating just as hard? Our lips get closer and closer, but unfortunately, never meet. The sudden vibration of her phone startles us both, breaking the moment. The notification on her phone screen shows that the cab is arriving soon and instructs us to wait outside. I subconsciously sigh in disappointment and get ready to leave. I should probably head out now. Get up and take a quick stretch before retrieving my jacket from her bed and zipping it up. Don't forget to lock your door once I leave. Wait, one last thing. This is not the dog I want to be treated like. Come here. She gestures for me to get closer, and I bend down to her level for the last request, having absolutely no clue what she's going to ask for this time, but I still play along. One of her hands cups my cheek, and the distance between us closes as she plants a soft kiss on my other cheek. As thanks for all the trouble. I'm still stun-locked as her face comes back into view, and all I can do is blink in confusion and fluster. I snap back into it after a moment of being in a daze, brush it off like it's no big deal. You're so unpredictable. You know how it is. A small smirk appears on her face. It's how I make sure you can't stop thinking about me. I keep my eye contact to show that I have no intentions of folding and backing down, fighting confidence with confidence. You better keep it up then and not let your guard down yourself. I'm pretty unpredictable myself, as you know. With a sharp click, the door shuts behind me and I hurry downstairs to wait for the cab. The temperatures are slowly dropping at night, but tonight is no different. But my body temperature is still warm from the sudden kiss on my cheek. I can still feel the sensation on my face where our lips slightly pressed. Not to mention the moment before the kiss on the cheek. I have to be careful, I might fall way too hard, or way too head over heels for her. But she must be interested as well, no? Otherwise, why would she be doing all this? There must be something there. Or it could be she's just playing with me. I think you're just overthinking this a little bit. I sigh and run my hand through my bangs, brushing them out of her face. Maybe let's keep our guard up for the time being. The taxi lights near bring me back to Earth, and I hop in, ready to go home and pass out. Oh, sorry. Everything kind of froze there for a second. Hopefully you guys can see everything okay. I was like trying to figure out what was going on. Like it just kind of black screened for a minute. I think we're good. I flipped through an archive cabinet, trying to find the report that my senior is asking for. Hold on, I need a drink. Except it's nowhere in sight. Is she sure that it's in here? Uh-oh, something's going on with the sprite. Hold on. I'm gonna pause it real quick. I gotta figure out what's going on here. Alright, sorry about that. I don't know what was going on. I just went ahead and reset my entire computer. And hopefully that fixed it, because no idea what was going on there. A little concerning. I've looked through everything. I sigh and look again for the 5th time, gaslighting myself to think that I must have just missed it 5 times. The amount of times I've done that with things, I'm like, I swear it's right here, and I can't find it. And I've looked over and over, I'm like, it must be there, and I just missed it. It's absolutely wild. Universal human experience for sure. It's probably been a good 10 minutes since I've gotten here, and I still have a bunch of stuff to do for the day. Why was I even tasked with this anyways? Start slowly going through one by one again, carefully looking for the correct file name, but my phone vibration drives me off task. Even though I'm in this little room by myself, I can't help but look around to check and see if there's anyone around before I slack off a little. Even when the coast is clear, I pull out my phone and check the notification. Message from the Ice Queen. Are you free right now? Can you come to the cafeteria? Cafeteria is still a little early for the usual lunchtime, Missy. I just need to cool off because I'm so mad. So you want to take it out on me instead. I promise I'll be gentle. I'll see if I can get out of here, but no promises. I'll be waiting. Just let me know. What happened to her ankle? Was she able to come into work? Not sure if I can play hooky before finding the stupid file, though. I at least know I should do my work before having fun. I continue scrambling through the cabinet, but no luck. Maybe I should just tell my manager I can't find it and then call it a day. Oh, Ishiyama-san, you're still here. I forgot to tell you that I ended up grabbing the file already when I was passing by the room. Totally slipped my mind to tell you because this morning was so hectic. Haha, sorry. I'd be so frustrated. I'd be like, I've been looking this whole time for something that wasn't there. Despite my annoyance, I uphold the friendly smile even if it might be my fault. All the time I've spent looking for something that I was already found when I could have been using my precious time to actually do some work. I have so many things piled up on me today. I need all the time I can get to work on them, and even then I'm expecting to be working overtime tonight. Again. Oh, is that so? I'm so glad you found it. I was beginning to think I was insane for not seeing it where it should be. Yeah, no, I deserve a break. I'm gonna go find Fuyumi. Hey, Manager-san, do you mind if I take my lunch a little early today? Yes, of course, that's totally fine. Sorry again for the trouble. She leaves me to my own accord, and I briskly walk to the elevator and down to the cafeteria, hoping Fuyumi can ease my nerves. Dang, this is a nice cafeteria. As it's still a little early, the cafeteria is relatively empty, with only a few people dispersed throughout eating alone. However, I did see the jet black hair of Fuyumi's anywhere. I don't see it, even though she's the one that called me here. Am I too late? Or am I just that bad at finding things like that damn file earlier? Just then I get a text from Fuyumi. Over here by the engineer's room, you'll see a little hallway nook thing. Follow instructions, and lo and behold, there actually is a little hallway nook thing. As I walk in deeper, I find her leaning against the wall. Wow, great hideout. It's essentially a small hallway in the wall where around the corner leads to a door labeled engineering room. It's a tight space that fits about 4 people, but definitely not where anyone should be hanging around, unless you're Fuyumi. Before I can even continue asking her about her secret hideout, she pulls me closer by my head and kisses me on the lips furiously with force. It happens way too fast for me to process the situation. The kiss lasts about 5 seconds before she pulls me away, leaving me stunned by the surprise attack. Thanks, I needed that. My mind is still blank from what just happened, but I try to pull myself together and keep my composure, trying to make it seem like I totally know what's going on. But does she like us? I don't know. Does Fuyumi like Natsuha? Like, just because they kiss, like, that doesn't mean you like them, you know? So it's like, it's hard to tell. Yumi's face looks distressed with her arms crossed, leaning against the wall, looking downwards. Is everything alright? Fuyumi face palms and shakes her head. Basically, my coworker missed something incredibly crucial in an important spreadsheet. Now everything's fucked up. And guess who has to fix it? And this one tiny thing caused a huge domino effect on so many other things. It's going to take forever to fix. And it's just a hot mess. I sometimes wish I just did the bare minimum because now I'm important in this department. That's how I feel at work too. Trust me, I know. Walk over to Fuyumi, which is just more like just 2 steps, and pat her on the shoulder. There, you're doing great regardless, okay? You'll get through it. Just one overtime shift. Just one. It's been non-stop overtime the past week and my ankle just healed. Oh, okay. I guess there was like a time skip. I don't know if I just straight up missed it or like it was during that time when it just black screened on me. So maybe they did say something about that. I just was not paying attention. There was always overtime before that. There's just no break. Oof, the accounting department has it rough, huh? Her brows are upturned with worry written all over her face. She didn't even look this sad when her ankle got hurt. We're so short-staffed it's not even funny, but I don't know why they don't hire more people. I pat her head and give her a small side hug. Poor thing. How about this? I'll buy you dessert from the cafeteria to cheer you up, yeah? Maybe getting something sweet in your system can help your mood a little. Or if you're in the mood for something savory, I can buy you a snack too, up to you. No, it's fine. I already feel a lot better after the kiss. Oh wow, a kiss is all it takes. She fails to make eye contact and her eyes start darting left and right. Yes. That's good to know. Kissing relieves stress for her, duly noted. Anyways, I have to head back. If I don't get started soon, I'm going to be staying up super late again tonight. Well, that makes 2 of us. Hit me up if you need company. I will. She turns to leave for the small hallway, but before she can take another step, I get a hold of her forearm and pull her close, kissing her with a softness that hers didn't have. I keep it brief not to hold her up, but then step past her with a wink. An extra boost. I leave her to her own devices and go grab some lunch for my early lunchtime. Maybe I'll pick up something extra for the long evening tonight as well. Keep my eye on the little hallway I was previously in, and after a few minutes I spy her nonchalantly walking out and back to her floor. Excuse me. Despite her mini breakdown earlier, she dons her poker face and walks with an air of confidence, constantly turning heads. Even if it seems like she can do anything, maybe she can't do everything. I can't help but worry for her now. Hope she feels better soon. As she disappears in the distance, I return to my lunch and grab a tray, perusing the colorful menu and its various options from entrees to desserts. This is the only good thing about working for big corporations. Cheap but tasty lunches. Later that evening, I slink into my chair and mindlessly type gibberish onto the digital sticky note on the planning board. So late that my brain has become mush and everything on the screen is just becoming a blur. Not surprising that it's already 8:09 p.m. according to the laptop. The other colleague that was also working overtime already gave up and left 30 minutes ago. Should have followed his example and did the same. Slowly I begin to drift off into space until the elevator chime rings throughout the empty office. In a flash I immediately sit up straight and look presentable while peering to see who's visiting. Maybe someone forgot something. When the doors open, a familiar silhouette appears, looking around cautiously. Her eyes scan the area until they land on me and she smiles, making her way over. I rub my eyes to shake off the tiredness, life re-entering me as I see Fuyumi. Fancy seeing you here. I took a gamble. I probably could have just texted you to ask if you were still here, but surprises are more fun, right? Fuyumi drags a chair from the next desk over and leans forward, resting her head and her hands on my desk. She stares at me with her sparkling blue eyes and model-like face, making me a little flustered as I gulp and turn away. Are you all done with your work? For the most part, at least all that I could today. I'd be sleeping over here if I tried to finishing everything. Nice, we love slumber parties at work. What about you, are you done yet? Yeah, just about done. Similar to you, did as much as I could for today without needing to stay here all night. Closed my laptop and realized I nearly forgot about the treat I bought her from the cafeteria until it comes to view. Oh, before I forget, I grabbed the Baumkuchen and dangle it in front of her. Her eyes widen as she carefully takes the packed pastry in her hands. You really didn't have to. You looked really stressed earlier. I felt bad for you. Besides, sweets always cheer people up. Yeah, I just went to the store today. I got one of those pre-made frostings. I got like the what brand is that? The one that does like all the cream cheese and stuff, but they have like a refrigerated frosting. And so I got that to try. And then I had a cake that was supposed to be the cake I made for my birthday or that maybe my family should have made for my birthday last month. So I'm going to make that because I'm like, you know what? I deserve a little sweet treat, even though I say that as I've been drinking a cherry Coke. I don't know. I feel bad having that much sweets. I'm like, too much sugar is like obviously not good for you. And I'm just over here. It's like, yeah, I'm going to drink 2 sodas a day. I'm going to go make a cake. I'm going to go treat myself, give myself a little sweet treat like I need it. Apparently it's a special item this month and they're usually all out when lunchtime comes around. Thanks. Places the treat into her work purse and hugs it, looking surprisingly innocent. I took my chair in and take a big stretch and groan from sitting for so long. Well, ready to go home? I can walk you home since you're on the way to the station. Her eyes look around a bit and she bites her lip before making eye contact with me. I have something else we could do. An activity to relieve our stress. Oh no. You're gonna do it in the office? Really? I'm like in confusion. My mind starts going to places that probably shouldn't. Could it be? A smirk forms my face, curious to learn more. Oh, what is this activity you speak of? A devilish smirk appears on her face, mirroring her mischievous tone. You'll see. You'll enjoy it, I think. I swallow a gulp, nervous for what she has in store for me, if it's what I think it is. But despite having no idea what's going to happen, I blindly follow her, seemingly unable to ever say no to her. I turn off the lights on the floor and head down to the lobby with Fuyumi and to her place, quickly curious as to what she has in store for me. As the door opens, Galka starts barking, greeting her owner at the door, licking her hands as she fiercely pets him. He completely ignores me until Fuyumi leaves me and him behind to go put her belongings away. I kneel down and try petting him, trying to get and stay in his good books. Did you miss me, Galkus? He sniffs my hand at first and then proceeds to sniff my bag as if he thinks I have treats for him. Maybe I should buy him some next time and earn some brownie points that way. I just got my my cat a treat this morning and I became her best friend because she loves treats. Your treat? Yeah, she just raised her head up and then I said that. Oh, I love you. Fuyumi shouts from her bed. Stay there, I'm changing. Instead of heeding her warning, I just chuckle and continue towards where she's changing. Please, I've already seen you naked. Or should I say, we're both girls anyways. Oh. I laugh at my own joke and walk out to her. Midway through stripping her pristine white button-up shirt, freezing when she spots me coming near her. Hey, pervert, I told you I'm changing. I gently pull her closer, feeling her warm body against me and giving me an amazing view. You're gonna get naked anyway, it's fine. She retracts her head back to create some distance and raises an eyebrow. What? What? Weren't we going to do it? My eyes naturally lead themselves down to her exposed bosom and she lightly smacks me. Eyes up here. Like a new hire listening to their superior, I follow instructions to a T and turn my gaze to her eyes. That wasn't what I had in mind at all, you pervert. The way you phrased it earlier at the office was totally what you were hinting at. Wait, you did that on purpose, didn't you? She sticks her tongue out and looks to the side as if she's innocent, even if she isn't at all. I might have. Fuyumi smirks devilishly while escaping from my grasp and brings over a big rectangular box that sports an iconic red square with its recognizable 4-letter logo from her desk. Her face lights up as she shakes it a little to show her excitement. This is what I had in mind. The image of her holding up the Rego box while still having her shirt unbuttoned is absolutely silly. On the black box is a photo of the completed Rego sculpture, a white and pink orchid flower in a small vase that looks impressively accurate to its real counterpart. Fuyumi brings it down to the coffee table and resumes changing while giving me orders to start taking out the box's contents. Now in her blue pajamas, she joins me on the floor and helps me sort the multiple clear packages of tiny Rego pieces. Is building Rego really that stress relieving? It's therapeutic, trust me, you'll see. Something about reading instructions, building, and being able to see the creation come to completion is so relaxing and fun. Everything is so methodical and clicks together and just works. It's either this or that, and you can't really make mistakes. It's magical. She lines up the numbered bags in order and opens up the one labeled 1 as I peruse the instruction booklet. I don't think I've ever built a full Rego set in my life. I have no idea why they were so intricate. Fuyumi begins loosely sorting out the pieces by their colors and sizes and then asks me to flip open to the first instruction. You're such a nerd. A hot nerd. She says it so coldly I don't even think it's sarcastic. Like she's done this a million times before, she meticulously follows the instructions and starts constructing the first part piece by piece. Can you help me put these two pieces together like this and do it for these 4? I'll do these ones. My eyes scan the pile of sorted pieces and easily complete my first job. Handing them over to her as she adds it to the foundation piece, some sort of structure is already beginning to take shape. Perhaps this isn't so bad after all. Now we just have to do the same thing 3 more times. Roger that. In no time with my extra help, the vase part of the orchid Rego set is already complete and the sculpture is getting somewhere. Seeing it with my own eyes and doing it with my own hands actually feels rewarding and therapeutic, just as Fuyumi mentioned. Fuyumi reads through the upcoming instructions to try to make sense of it as she flips back and forth between the pages, staring intently. I watch her with the utmost curiosity, finding it cute how seriously she's taking this. What got you into building Regos? Some friends and I went to Rego Rant. It's so hard saying Rego. Like that, my mind thinks that's wrong. It's like, no, it's Legoland. Regoland. As part of our 3-day, 2-night trip in Nagoya last year. I bought a small set as a souvenir to build, and then I just kind of fell in love. Then I started buying more and more, and these big ones really got expensive, so I hold back and only buy 1 or 2. This one I got as a birthday present. I've never really had time to build it yet. She turns to me with a gentle smile as she always shows Galkus. So I got the opportunity today to build it with you, and use you as a slave. The sudden switch from warm to cold is like whiplash, but I chuckle aloud at it and play along. If it's to help you relieve stress, I'm willing to be your slave. Beneath that cold exterior really does lie a soft, warm side. You just needed a little bit of melting. Don't just carelessly go saying you'd be someone's slave. Her stern, sincere gaze meets mine, concern flickering in her eyes over my well-being and my lack of hesitation to accept such a label. I'm touched that she actually cares, and I inch a little closer. The offer is only just for you. Those midnight blue eyes of hers flick slightly from my eyes to my lips and back before darting everywhere with a split second of nervousness and calmly changing the topic. Seems these next steps are a little more complicated. Can you help me sort these tiny pieces by color, please? Our lingering gaze breaks, and I return to the present, back to obediently helping Fuyumi separate the pieces and disregard the moment we just had. Is she suddenly getting shy after kissing me earlier this morning? I want to push further, but I decide not to press. This is meant to be her stress-relieving night, after all. I don't want to put even more stress. Galkus gets up from his bed after waking up from his nap and joins us, giving us both moral support and distraction at the same time. He weasels his way into Fuyumi's lap under her arm, lying there as she continues to concentrate on the build. The night goes on for the next hour and a half before we finally finish the end product, with the stunning Rego sculpture sitting on the table before us. Fuyumi's face lights up brightly as she admires the finished project, and she whips out her phone to take a commemorative photo of her hard work. So much prettier than I thought it'd be. This is so beautiful. I photobomb her photo shoot with a couple of peace signs, and she hits me playfully for ruining her photos. If you wanted a photo, you could have just said so. She points her phone at me, and I pick up Galkus in my hands, snuggle him for the photo. She smiles warmly as the shutter sound of the camera app goes off rapidly. You look really good together with Galkus. Your red hair matches well with his tan fur. You're saying I don't normally look good? No, you do. You're very photogenic. Blush creeps on my cheeks after a nonchalant compliment, but I chuckle it off, unable to take compliments. Says the one that always captures everyone's attention right when you walk into the room. It's not like I wanted to ask for everyone's attention. It's troublesome sometimes, you know? Sometimes I just want to lay low. But it's very beneficial when I need something. I like being able to get what I want. Another one of her impish grin appears on her face. Ah, pretty privilege. You bet. I gently carry Galkus off my lap so I can stand up and take a big stretch after sitting on the floor for so long. I don't feel the ache until I stand and I start hitting my lower back to ease it a bit. Darn, my body's catching up to my age. I take a look at my smartwatch to see if it's probably time I head home before it gets too late. Alright, it's getting late, and I think it's time for me to go home. Fuyumi stands up next to me and checks the time on her phone. She looks at me with disheartened eyes and speaks in a low voice. Time really flew by, huh? I gather my belongings and head out to the hallway, Fuyumi following behind. It was actually pretty fun, though, not gonna lie. With that one sentence, her eyes suddenly light up again at hearing that I enjoyed her hobby. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, I had my doubts, but you proved me wrong. It wasn't at all what I expected to be doing tonight, but I still enjoyed my time here. Fuyumi giggles, remembering her tactic to get me to come over and partake in her nerdy hobby. Sorry again for baiting you, but the chance was too good to pass up. That's okay, it just means my expectations will be higher next time you pull something like that, so you better be ready. I'm always ready for the consequences of my actions. At least somebody here is. Again, she gives me an alluring look with her wide, captivating eyes, her arms crossed with one hand twirling her hair as she leans against the wall. She's tempting whether she's doing it on purpose or not, and I'm taking the bait. Do you mind if I relieve a few remaining ounces of stress in me before I leave? Oh. Yeah, I guess you guys are relieving some stress. I lean in, gently cupping her cheeks and press my lips to hers, savoring their sweetness as I claim them. Fuyumi flinches slightly at the surprised kiss, but she soon returns it, matching my deep, lingering touch. My hands roam lightly over her shoulders and down the curve of her back to pull her in closer. She shivers into my touch. The kiss only lasts for a quick moment in reality, but it feels like an eternity. When we break apart and I exchange a wanting look with her, she immediately locks her lips again, having no intentions of letting me go. Her palms frame my face, thumbs brushing over my skin as she keeps me close. Her touch both gentle and possessive. I want more. More. We lose ourselves in the moment, fall prey to gluttony, greed, and lust, letting it consume us. However, just as quickly as the spark ignited, it's as if a god sends a messenger to stop us from sinning. That messenger being Galkus. His high-pitched bark sucks us back into reality, and we break apart to see the little rascal down at Fuyumi's feet with his tongue sticking out in a goofy-like smile. Galkus. All he replies with is a tilted head, not knowing what he just caused. The comedic timing of this gets me laughing despite my disappointment that the moment is over. I really do need to get going, though. It's nearing midnight. You probably need to sleep soon, too. It's still a weekday, after all, even if it's nearing the end of it. I sleep pretty late, I told you. Sure, come on now. Go to bed and get some rest. You still have tomorrow to survive. Quickly slip on my heels and double check if I forgot anything. She gives me a little pout before relenting and opening the door for me, sending me off into the night. Fine, text me when you get home. When we stand next to each other so closely, it's hard not to notice the height difference between us thanks to my heels, making her forehead a very susceptible target for an innocent smooch. I gave into my impulse thoughts and quickly pecked her on the top of the head, catching a whiff of her signature floral scent she still has on. I will. But that was my perfect farewell. I stepped through the door and started heading home to get some rest myself, leaving a speechless Fuyumi still standing at the doorway. Though I'm not sure if I'll be getting much rest with our exchange just now fresh in my mind. The scene plays through my mind repeatedly while I walk home to the station, and I'm trying to press the stop button, but it doesn't seem to be working. Had Gulkus not interrupted us, we definitely would have continued on the bed. Reminds me of our first night, but it felt different somehow. Different in the sense we're not strangers anymore, and that I may or may not have caught feelings. Me catching feelings for the #1 ice queen. Tough luck, Natsuha. Now I regret not staying a little longer. Why did I bother to act all sensible and responsible? I think that's okay. If you kind of delay some of that gratification, it kind of makes it better later. First thing I do after tossing my bag and jacket to the floor is flop onto the bed and I go on my phone to let Fuyumi know. No, I'm home safe. Though she might be asleep already. Take a picture of the top of my head of my pillow showing that I'm home. I'm home and in bed now. Welcome home. I can't sleep on the bed properly because Gulkus fell asleep in the middle of the bed. That's so real. My cat likes to sleep right next to me, and sometimes she takes up a little too much room. You should come home and sleep here instead. I promise I'll leave enough room for you. Okay, send me your address then. Alright, look up that address, guys. Do you give your address out to everyone so easily like this? Just you. Lies. Now come here. You wish. Good night. I reread the message a couple of times before I locked my phone and rested my eyes, mentally preparing to drag my lazy self to wash up quickly before going to bed properly. The unexpectedly sweet conversation warms my heart up more than I'd like to. Probably have the biggest and dumbest looking smile on my face right now, and I don't even care. What a great way to end the night, even if I wasn't able to end it in another way. I hate to admit it, but Fuyumi's got me wrapped around her finger. And what's worse is that I don't even mind it. The cafeteria is bustling with employees munching away at their meals. Nearly all the tables are filled during the rush hour of lunch. The chatters of the occupants echo throughout the room, and I tune them out as much as possible as I keep my focus on Fuyumi, who's currently talking about her upcoming planned trips. I planned a girls' trip to Korea, but one of them decided to go on a trip with their boyfriend instead, and I also got a little mad because we were planning this trip for so long. She picks out her healthy salad lunch, a bowl full of leafy greens with chicken and dressing, looking through her phones, recalling the messages in her friend's group chat. I ended up not saying anything, but I was pretty frustrated. I don't know. I think you're pretty justified to be mad, especially since you guys planned it already. Right? I understand he's her boyfriend and all, but what about your close friends? She could have just... Oh, Ueno-san, is that you? A deep and smooth voice interrupts Fuyumi, drawing her eyes to one of the biggest, most infamous people in the company coming up behind her. Fuyumi immediately gets up from her chair and bows politely towards the olive-haired businesswoman. Hello, Mikawa-san. It's indeed been a while. Mikawa Midori. The woman in question is no doubt one of the few controversial people in the company. She's the daughter of one of the founders who could have been in line to take over the company, but I think the chairman's daughter is taking her place instead. I've heard she's very charming, and rumors are always flying around about her hooking up with employees. No one knows if they're true or not. All I know is I've heard more bad things than good. I follow Fuyumi's example, though, and bow as she's still an important figure in this company. You look just as beautiful as the last time I saw you. You know, Midori looks really familiar. Oh, hold on. My wife is calling. I gotta answer this real quick. Just in that smooth action, I instinctively react a little and grip my fists. Fuyumi's customer service smile is still intact with no fall whatsoever as Mikawa's hands slide down a little and pat her arm. I, on the other hand, feel a more visceral reaction inside even though I'm not the one being touched. Try to get her hands off in another way. Mikawa-san, pleased to meet you. I'm Ishiyama Natsuha from the marketing department. Honored to be able to make your acquaintance today. I've heard all about your great successes at the company. Mikawa-san's gaze travels to me without a falter. To her smile, and she releases Fuyumi to take my handshake. Ishiyama-san, nice to meet you. Her grip is tight and confident, as expected of a successful higher-up. I don't back down and return the confident grip back. Gotta let her know I'm not afraid of her. My ploy to distract her from Fuyumi doesn't last long, as she turns and resumes her conversation. Ueno-san, I would love to book a private one-on-one meeting with you again soon. Keep your eyes peeled for a meeting invite. Yes, of course. I'll keep that noted. A one-on-one meeting? For what? She's bound to be up to no good, especially with the way she said it with those hungry eyes. With how hard I'm staring down at her, I'm surprised I haven't drilled a hole in her yet. She pisses me off. I'd love to keep catching up and treat my eyes to a pretty face like yours. Definitely beats looking at old directors all day. But alas, I must get going. Before she leaves, she places her hand on the small of Fuyumi's back and smiles a big smile. I'm really looking forward to our meeting. It's been a while, after all. Of course, please take care. She passes by me, her foxy-like eyes slightly meet mine, and she smirks. Ishiyama-san, it was a pleasure meeting you. I hope to see you again as well. All I can do is hold in my anger and smile through my clenching teeth. Yes, hope to see you again. Mikawa-san saunters off the cafeteria area, easily attracting attention to her with every step. It's not often that someone that important drops by here. Watch as Fuyumi sits back down with grace, and a billion questions are popping into my head. Do you see the way she was looking at you? I'm so grossed out. She was clearly checking you out up and down. And her touching you like that? Can't do anything about it since she's an important figure in this company. Probably get fired if I say no. You wouldn't be able to say no either. She has a point, but she's totally abusing her power and she knows it. In that private one-on-one meeting, what the hell was that? Has she asked you before? Fuyumi looks away and fails to answer my bombarding questions, trying to change the subject. It's only just a few times. Actually, it's nothing. It doesn't concern you. I'm taken aback by her sudden harsh words. It doesn't concern me. It takes a moment for me to process it, but Fuyumi's right. We're not dating, not exclusive. She can see whoever and do whatever she wants. Back off the questions and stay in my lane. I look at Fuyumi, who's still looking away and avoiding eye contact by poking at her salad. The comfortable atmosphere from earlier is now gone, like the wind. I want to change the topic, but I'm not sure how to segue into something new when the mood around us is still a little awkward. There's still so many questions I want to ask, but I hold back. I take a deep breath and relax myself, trying to cool down and get her back to her usual self. My index finger lightly pokes her hand to get her attention, and her eyes finally meet mine, still looking guilty. Just be careful, okay? Fuyumi's an adult. She knows what's best for her, but I can't help but want to worry for her. Fuyumi quietly nods, visibly swallowing a gulp or words down her throat. I'm gonna head back to work. I have a meeting soon. Fuyumi quickly packs up her stuff and leaves me alone here at the lunch table. I watch as she walks away into the distance, soon out of sight from the cafeteria. This feeling sucks. I look at the unfinished rice bowl sitting in front of me, but I lack the appetite now to eat the rest. Guess I'll save it for later when I'm hungry again. I pack up and wipe the table before I start dejectedly heading back to the marketing floor. My heart feels a little heavier with each step. Am I jealous? Worried? Disappointed? Sad? The endless emotions whir inside me violently, and it becomes a constant thorn in my side throughout the workday. I try to bury myself in work, to get the thoughts out, but to no avail. Yumi keeps running around in my mind. Otsukare-sama. As I head to the elevator just a little past the end of the day for once, I greet those still working and wish them luck for the night. It's not often I get off work on time, so I'm glad something is going well today, especially with what happened earlier at lunchtime. I recall the scene and I feel my heart sink into the depths of the earth. I let out a big sigh, but try to brush the negativity off. Tonight I'll just take my mind off of her. It'd be good to take a little break from her, back off a little, maybe. Though it's a little jarring not getting a message from her when I've gotten so used to getting a few throughout the day. Pull out my phone to check for any new ones. Nothing. Still just the messages from this morning before lunch. Stuff my phone back into my jacket pocket when the elevator arrives and start thinking about what I want to do when I get home. The lobby downstairs is busier than I'm used to, filled with office workers leaving for the evening. Follow a couple workers towards the exit, my eyes wander to a familiar ebony-haired girl, unfortunately walking next to an olive-haired executive. The negativity that I managed to expel comes back full force, and I grip my fist to keep it under control. The devil on my shoulder wants to call out to Fuyumi, but I know that it'll just cause trouble and make me feel worse. But I love getting into trouble, don't I? Against my better judgment, the devil on my shoulder cackles as I give in to temptation. I swallow hard and make my way towards the pair, bracing myself for what's to come. Fuyumi. Fuyumi turns around with wide eyes, probably not expecting to see me, especially so soon. Ikawa-san turns around right after Fuyumi and greets me with a sly yet cold smile that I want to punch so badly. I don't even acknowledge her. It's rare to see you leave on time. But likewise, I become so desperate that I ask a question I most likely know the answer to. But what if? Are you free to hang out tonight? Fuyumi's eyes shift left and right, hesitant to answer, but Mikawa-san helps her out and answers for her. I'm terribly sorry. I've already booked a meeting with Ueno-san tonight. Mikawa-san answers with a smile, but her eyes are void of warmth and only filled with smug and condescending amusement. I look to Fuyumi for confirmation, but all she does is divert away and apologize weakly under her breath. Sorry. I already knew the answer, but I still feel my heart sink. Try not to falter my smile as I reply. Aha, is that so? That's too bad then. I'll catch you another time. Without looking back, I slip past him and hurry out of the building, trying to shake off that uneasy feeling. Why did I even bother to go up to them? The heavy doors mirror my heavy heart and heavy steps, my mind and emotions whirring around even more. Now that my mood's soured again, the road home feels long and exhausting. I use every ounce of willpower to forget the earlier encounter and to stop thinking about the meeting between that sly fox and Fuyumi. It's so difficult not to think about it. Just like earlier today, my mind is plagued with Fuyumi, and whatever she may be doing with that damn executive. The harder I push the thoughts away, the stronger they come back. But I don't want to think about them anymore. Please, brain, just give me a break. Sounds of the movie slowly drown out as I begin to lose consciousness from all the beer I've been drinking. I blazed through 3 movies and didn't realize how much I've drunk since I mindlessly slipped out each one. It's probably a good time to pass out seeing that it's 11:20. Not to mention the beer is making me sleepy. Feels like a waste not to stay up late on a weekend though. Yawn slips from me telling me I should really sleep after watching 3 movies and drinking a ton of beer. Reach for the remote control and turn off the TV to start to get ready for bed until my phone buzzes with a notification. So late. Who the heck is messaging me? Yeah, who would be messaging us right now? My drowsy, dry eyes immediately open wide when I see who it's from. I can't sleep. It's been about 3 days since I saw her leave with Mikawa-san, and I'd be lying if it still didn't bother me. But within the 3 days of space, it's helped clear my mind a lot. Neither of us have messaged in those 3 days, so seeing her text first catches me off guard. The very sight of her message and up with the opportunity to talk to her again, the feelings of missing her resurfacing yet again. I can. Good night. What the heck, Natsuha? I'm joking. What's keeping our ice queen wide awake? Thinking too much. I don't know. Why are you thinking so much? Because you haven't messaged in 3 days. I thought you died. I'm messaging you now, am I not? Come over so I know for sure you haven't died. What the heck? I'm clearly talking to you right now, no? You're really making me spell it out for you. I missed you. She actually missed me. My heart definitely skipped a beat there. Without a second thought, I quickly find an outfit to put on and call a cab for Fuyumi's apartment. On my way. This is going to be a late night if we've been drinking and we're going over to her apartment at like midnight. I end up calling a cab to get there as soon as possible, eager to see and talk to Fuyumi again. Never knew how bad my withdrawals were until she messaged me. As if she opened the floodgates I've been trying to keep locked and steady. Fuyumi opens the door and I'm greeted by her in her thin PJs. Delivery for Ueno Fuyumi-san? Oh, you reek of alcohol. She steps aside and lets me in, but not without a scrunched up face disapproving of my intoxicated stench. Take my shoes off and take a seat on her bed, trying to hide my tiredness. Aha, sorry, I drank a lot while watching movies. Never mind, I don't want you stinking up my place. I pull her onto the bed and bring her close to play with her a little, trapping her in my arms. Fuyumi squirms in response to even more intense smell of alcohol invading her senses. Wait. You called me all the way over here to send me back? That's so rude of you. Had I known, I wouldn't have. You did know. I sent you a picture of a beer can. I didn't know you had so many. Either way, I'm not going home. The sweet scent of her shampoo envelops me. Before I know it, I'm leaning closer, wanting to drown myself in it. I burrow my face in her soft, freshly washed hair, my heart beating at the closeness of our proximity. Can we stay like this? I just want to hold you. She stays still and relaxes her tense body, dropping her guard. I'll take her lack of protest as a yes and bask in the moment for a little bit. My head is still swirling and out of it, unsure what to make of my jumbled thoughts. My eyelids are heavy from the alcohol, the trek here, and the hour that's past my bedtime. The delirium causes me to ramble and dig up all my buried thoughts around my mind. I don't know if I even have a place to say this, but when I saw you with Mikawa-san at the lobby that day, I think I was jealous. Especially when I saw her smile at me like she knew she won or something. I hate her so much. It's your life and I'm not here to control you, but whatever you do, just stay safe. I don't trust her. I feel like I have no right to be jealous, but I just felt so uncomfortable seeing you leave with her. Fuyumi stays quiet and the silence of the apartment encompasses us, full of everything left unsaid. My eyes are closed at this point, seeing only darkness and soon falling into unconsciousness, but my mouth continues rambling like it's out of control. I haven't really thought about it too deeply, but now that I think about it, I think there's no doubt at this point that I... And then we fall asleep. Before I realize that sleep takes me, not knowing I had drunkenly confessed my repressed feelings. When I come to, I wake up in a bright room with rays of sunlight flooding in. My eyes take a while to adjust to the brightness, but when it does, I see furniture I don't usually wake up to. Instead of the usual desk and shelf across from me, I see a desk to the side and a dog bed. Where am I? Slight pounding in my head further increases the confusion and makes it harder for me to think. Someone appears in the corner of my eye and the memories come rushing back to me. Oh, you're finally awake. Fuyumi comes up and hands me a mug of coffee while sitting at the edge of the bed. I don't know how you like your coffee, so I just gave it to you straight. I can give you some sugar and milk if you'd like. It's fine. Slowly I start recalling the events of last night and they're still a little unclear. I pulled Fuyumi down to her bed, we talked, and then fell asleep. There's no way I was that drunk that I'd forget like this. Am I that bad at handling my liquor now? I remember talking to you last night, but I feel like I didn't. I feel like if I did, I don't remember what I said at all. I might have been dreaming. I didn't say anything weird, did I? You're talking about how much you love sniffing panties and buying your favorite streamer's bathwater or something. Ew. I don't do that. What the hell? Fuyumi bursts out laughing and puts her mug down on the coffee table before she spills it from laughing so violently. I grab and press her for more information on this fake news. There's no way in hell I said that. Alright, I'm kidding. You said some stuff, but you fell asleep before you finished your sentence, so I don't really have an idea of what you wanted to say. Oh, you're not lying. Now, why would I lie about that? Unless... all she does is continue to laugh at my cluelessness, and I hate that. All I can do is sulk. I definitely said something weird. I gave her a death glare for withholding a secret from me, but dropped the issue when the aroma of coffee from the cup in my hand finally registers. I blow in a little to cool it down and take that first sip, which still manages to burn my tongue somehow no matter how much I blow on it. The coffee is bitter as per usual, but has a sweet, almost citrusy note to it, which makes it more interesting than your average instant coffee. I'm no coffee connoisseur, but even I can tell it's special. Wow, where'd you get this coffee from? It's so unique. A friend bought it back from Vancouver and made me try it out. It's a brand called Knocked Coffee or something. I don't know too much about coffee, but she said it's her friend's new business venture and enticed me to try it out. Interesting. I'll keep that brand noted for the future. The two of us quietly continue to enjoy our coffee after waking up as if we're living a domestic couple life. Sounds pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Then I noticed the lack of barking and sniffing that usually happens here. Look on their place in search of the usual source, but he's nowhere to be seen. Wait, where's the Gulkus? I sent in my parents for the week to dog sit. I had plans. Plans, huh? Yeah, why do you think I called you over? What was that? Nothing. Plans of a certain green-haired lady, I suppose? I tried to make it sound playful and teasing, but I might have subconsciously sounded petty. I hope she didn't catch that. She held her head up at me, looking annoyed and unamused. Her peeved face makes me cower in fear, making me regret bringing Mikawa-san up. Fuyumi's cold eyes stare me down, steady, unreadable, and far too serious to ignore. They remind me of my first time I met her, seeing those eyes close up in the restroom that night. Then she lets out a big sigh and tilts her head back down to look at her almost empty mug of coffee. It's not what you think it is. Her fingers fidget as she holds the cup, clearly nervous about the topic, but I press on. Then what is it? A careless, stupid mistake. It was when I first started at the company. She was visiting the department floor. I had no idea who she was, but she was poking around. I told her off sternly. Biggest mistake of my life. Her hands grip onto the cup even harder. I found out when I got called to the office of one of the executives. I had no idea what I did or why I was called. I went and there she was. I was so scared, you don't understand. I could have been fired and I'd only just started at the company. The fear in her voice as she recalls the event stirred my protective side, and I quietly sink down to the floor beside her, giving her shoulder a reassuring pat. She looks at me with furrowed brows. She kind of brought up my behavior and said she could easily fire me. Still remember standing there frozen, staring at her like a deer in headlights. Then she came up to me and handed me a slip of paper with a hotel listed on it. Oh, hell no. Even without the rest of it, I know where this is going. She said she might reconsider... Oh, sorry. If I meet her there that night... Fuyumi grips onto her arm, squeezing like a cry for help as she puts herself back into the shoes of that day. What could I have done? Nothing. I didn't want to get fired, so I did what she said. I'm so sorry. I have no idea she put you through something like that. I mean, I'm just lucky she's not into some crazy weird stuff, and it was only a few times. I don't know if she got bored or if she found someone else. I had an encounter with her until that random encounter a few days ago. Having all this dropped to me suddenly makes it hard to process on the spot, but her being able to trust me enough to tell me about it makes me glad. Has she just been keeping this to herself the whole entire time? Fuyumi, she's totally abusing her power. That's insane. Regardless of what I say, I'm going to get fired. Who am I? I'm just a worker drone for them. They would obviously rather get rid of me than get rid of one of the most important people in the company. Yes, that's true, but that's so frustrating because there's no winning for Fuyumi. Getting so livid for her. You can't just let this go on forever. Since it's been almost a year and a half since she asked, I'd totally forgotten about it. I didn't expect her to just ask me like that again. I guess it would stop if I leave the company. That is an option. I slump against her bed and continue processing the information. Had I known all this, I seriously wouldn't have punched her in the face in the cafeteria of the lobby. Please don't get fired for my sake. Yumi stands up and looks at the opposite wall with resolve in her voice. It's fine, it's okay, I'll get it sorted out somehow. My hand goes to grab her before she steps away to shove the huge issue under the rug again. Please let me know if you ever need support, I'm here for you. I know it's none of my business, I probably shouldn't butt my head into it, but I at least want to let her know she can rely on me. Turns her gaze down at me, her dark blue eyes holding the same quiet depth as the ocean after dark. Even if it's to bury a dead body? The unexpected question throws me completely off guard, short-circuiting my brain for a second. Her serious face lightens up, and she starts laughing at her morbid comment, showing she shouldn't be taken seriously, and she shrugs out of my gasp. I'm just joking, I'm not that crazy. I tighten my grip on her, not letting her go, and stand up to meet her at eye level. Yes, I would. Now it's her turn to give me a face of astonishment. She lets out a short, dry laugh, half disbelief and half amusement. You're wild. I'm not joking. Our eyes lock again, hers filled with worries and fear. Don't risk your own life for mine, please. It's my problem, I can handle it and will handle it and solve it myself. I'm not going to drag anyone into this. The urge to scold her is excruciating. My voice starts off as a low growl, but my volume uncontrollably raises throughout my sentence. Why are you isolating yourself and trying to act all independent when you clearly need help? I don't need help, I told you, I can and will handle this. Why won't you just let me help you? Because I don't want you to get involved. I don't want you hurting yourself by helping me, can't you understand that? I stop my tongue and close my eyes as I take deep breaths to calm myself. The argument is going in circles. I don't want to continue arguing with her, it just hurts me more and more. My hand lets go of her wrist in fear, and I might hurt her by squeezing too hard out of frustration. My harsh look at her softens as I back down, afraid to strain our relationship. Another big breath escapes from me before I start speaking again. Okay. I swallow a big gulp along with all the words that I wanted to unleash upon her. I'm going to trust that you know what you're doing. Just remember, I'll be there if you need me. Her dewy eyes look to me with concern, also holding back the many words she wants to say. Natsuha, I'm gonna go home. I have a really bad headache. A half lie, but I think some time to cool off will do us both some good. Wait, Natsu. I walk past her and send myself out without a goodbye. Her door clicks closed in the distance as I speed walk my way down to the street level and make my way home. My eyes take a while to adjust to the blinding sunlight, amplifying my headache. Every step weighs on me, and I don't know if it's my tired body or if it's because of Fuyumi. Even on the way back home, I can't help but worry about her despite what I said about trusting her judgment. I do trust her, or at least I want to. But at the same time, there's this part of me that's playing all these scenarios in my head of every possible what if that could go wrong. Let out a sigh and try to shake the thoughts away, forcing myself to believe that she's fine, that she's stronger than I give her credit for. The rare pessimism in me prevents me from doing so. I run a hand through my hair and stare out at the road with thoughts of only Fuyumi running through my mind. I just don't want anything bad to happen to her. And that's fair. Like, she's kind of a victim. I mean, having your boss, like, giving you, like, a number or, like, an address to the hotel and, like, having you meet her and, like, sexually exploit you, like, because you just joined the company. I mean, I know Japan has a very toxic work culture, but, like, that's just absolutely crazy that you had to go through that. I mean, you kind of are a victim. Like, I would consider that on, like, the level of, like, sexually assaulting someone, like forcing them or coercing them into doing sexual favors, you know, to keep your job. A week has passed since that morning. I rushed out of Fuyumi's home. Her messages on mine are sparse, but with me starting all the conversations, her response are decent but a little dry compared to before. Check my phone to see if I've missed any messages from her or anything. Still nothing, with the last message being Wednesday evening. I definitely fucked something up that day. Knowing that makes me feel horrible, and I just want to rewind time to stop that small argument we had from happening. If only I just kept my mouth shut. I sighed and put my phone back into my blazer pocket, getting ready to get out of this hellhole on a Friday night. I don't know. I don't think she should regret what she said. I mean, I would like to think if your heart's in the right place and you're trying to communicate that, like, try to communicate concern for somebody, like, your message is going to get across. Like, sometimes you're going to say things the wrong way, but if the other person, like, truly cares about you as well, you know, they're going to try to see what your intention was in the things you said. They're going to try to, like, feel that you care about them. And if both people are trying to show that they care about one another, I think that message is ultimately going to get across. And of course, it isn't always instantaneously. It's hard to not have your message received that moment, right? Sometimes it takes some time. Sometimes it takes for both sides to cool off a bit and to really think over what was said. But ultimately, hopefully your message will get across. And sometimes it just takes a follow-up. People tend to overthink too. That's also a big factor in it. Sometimes you overthink the message when it was really just like, hey, I'm mad at you because I'm concerned about you and I care about you. I don't feel like you're taking it seriously. Sometimes it's as small as that, and you just need to, like, reassure them, like, yes, I do care about you. That's all I wanted to say, and I was just trying to explain that in a way that you'd understand, and clearly you didn't. It's hard. Communication is hard. That's why they talk about, like, communication relationships being, like, key. I guess is the thing I always hear. Communication is key. It's very difficult to communicate sometimes. People just say things in different ways, and people take things the wrong way. Anyways, I'm done ranting about that. The packed elevator unloads when the doors part. Other colleagues eager to leave this place just like me. So I make my way to the entrance alongside the others. Just like that day, I spot Fuyumi walking with Mikawa-san again. My body immediately freezes at the sight, with everything that Fuyumi told me that day flooding back. But this time I don't feel angry nor jealous. I just feel a bit sort of bittersweet aching and frustration in my chest, knowing I can't do anything. For a second I considered running up to them, grabbing Fuyumi's hand and running off together, elope style. Instead, as I watched as they get farther and farther, soon out the door and down the street, out of my sight, my mind starts feeling blank, only to be snapped back to the present by the sudden jolt of someone bumping into me. Oh, I'm so sorry. A waterfall of papers comes flying down, as well as the other woman's bag. The woman drops to her knees to pick them up, and I follow suit, reaching out to help her. I'm so sorry. It's fine. Are you okay? Yes, I wasn't looking where I was going. Her head looks up at me, and I recognize her as the accountant girl from the mixer, and the one that offered me snacks the one time I dropped off some documents. Ishiyama-san. Oh, Nagasaki-san. Her eyes shoot wide open, and a tinge of red appears on her face. You remembered me. She tucks her hair behind her ear, looking at me with a coy upward glance. I chuckle a little bewildered by her unexpected remark. Of course I do. I've told you before, and I'll say it again. You're too pretty to be forgotten. It may sound like an empty compliment, but her beauty is no joke. Seeing her up close again reminds me that had Fuyumi not appeared, I definitely would have tried to get to know Nagasaki-san better. Her long brown hair cascades as she picks up her documents, giving her a mature and feminine look. Her blouse button is fighting for its life as her ample bosom struggles to stay in place within the tight shirt. I was noticing that. I'm like, there's definitely some pressure there. She needs to consider a different shirt. It's hard not to stare, but I pry my eyes away and hand over the sheets of paper I picked up to her. A cute feminine giggle comes out of her as she shakes her head. You sure know how to win someone's heart. I only speak the truth. I give her a smile as we stand back up and she goes to organize all the papers again. Say, you've been around the accounting department quite frequently lately. I've always wanted to reach out more, but never had the chance to. Well, it seems like today's your chance, huh? Must be my lucky day. Her cute yet alluring demeanor brings a smile to my face, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't smitten by it. And since I have the chance, let me ask you, would you like to go and have a drink on me since I bumped into you? Oh, no plans for such a hot commodity on a Friday night. Nagasaki-san adjusts her shirt and purposely pushes her breasts up, pushing those buttons into working overtime. What I plans if a certain someone agrees to come with me? I laugh to myself at her line as it sounds similar to something I would say. I like her. Now I'm beginning to think you bumping into me wasn't just an accident. She laughs at my joke and then lightly touches my arm to initiate skinship. Stop, it really was an accident. I laugh pleased with my teasing as she twirls her hair and brings her gaze to mine with that irresistible, flirtatious look. The difference in reaction compared to Fuyumi is so day and night that it almost feels refreshing. So what will it be? If Fuyumi can be busy tonight, I too can be busy, right? I begin my sentence to agree to go with her on this evening adventure, but I somehow stop midway as the image of Fuyumi crosses my mind and just the thought of her. Come on, why am I caring about her all of a sudden? She's literally out with another woman right now. Even if it's not entirely by her choice, I shouldn't get involved. But that's the thing, though. It's not really by choice. Like, she's kind of being coerced into it to keep her job. And I'm like, if you really care about her, I don't think you should do this. And I think she's coming to that realization, too. I don't really need to spell it out for her. But I think going out with another girl to get kind of revenge or to feel kind of equal it's not the same. She's not choosing to, like, kind of, you know, cuck you in this situation, right? Like, she's not like, oh, I know we're kind of a thing, but I'm gonna go out with this other girl just to make you kind of jealous. Like, that's not what's happening here at all, which I would totally be mad about. It's like she's, in her eyes, you know, trying to protect her job and protect her status, you know, in the company. And she feels like it's necessary to do that. She's not doing it for fun. This would be just going out for fun, I feel like, and not a good idea. The scene replays in my head like it was just yesterday, her voice echoing, saying that she can handle it. I have to respect her wishes, even if part of me refuses to. Pull my might and willpower, I push Fuyumi out of my thoughts and focus on Nagasaki-san. Ah, no, I thought you were doing better than this. Don't do this. I would love to take you up on your offer. I understand they're not mutually exclusive, but it still feels bad. Nagasaki's face lights up and she starts stuffing the papers into her purse. Wow, that's great. I know a really good bar 2 stations down from here. The prices are decent too and the vibes are great. You'll love it. We head out into the night towards the trendy bar Nagasaki-san suggests, and do my best to keep Fuyumi out of my mind for the remainder of the night and try to have fun. I'm sure Nagasaki-san has something more fun planned after drinks. Oh, it feels bad, though. It's like, I know they're not exclusive, but they feel exclusive, okay? It feels like they're working towards that. The chauffeur closes the door to the private black car and the engine starts revving and slowly starts moving forward to our destination. Mikala-san sits on the other side, leaving the space in between us empty. I will say, though, like, this story is so much more in-depth than some of their other ones. Like, the other ones, like, I feel like did a really good job, but, like, this feels like there's some drama building here, and it's like, it's good. Close in proximity, but all the while far away. I stare at the driver's seat headrest as I disassociate, trying my best to not interact with Mikawa-san more than I need to. And I feel like we're getting like a whole nother perspective here, which is crazy. Past few times I tried to be on my best behavior, but today I just don't think I give a damn anymore. I can sense her staring at me without me looking. I pretend not to notice, but she starts some small talk. How was work today? It was fine. I've been very busy lately. Very. I hope you've been taking care of yourself despite being so busy. It's not good to neglect your health. I try. I reply with curt and straightforward answers in order to get her the hint I have no interest in making small talk. Luckily, she reads the signs. I'm only here to do the job and leave. I'm not looking to be anything deeper. In my peripheral vision, I see her smile and turn away to face the window. I calm down a little knowing her attention is finally off me, but I still dread the moment we reach the hotel. Silence fills the car for the rest of the 20 minutes to the hotel, with the only sounds being the steady hum of the engine and the faint murmur of the city outside. The sound of raindrops soon join into the symphony, starting from a calming pitter-patter which gradually turns into a downpour storming into the night. I wish the ride there would last longer. The destination this time is a 5-star hotel in one of the city's most bustling neighborhoods. Crowds of people are on the street despite the rain, either shopping or looking for restaurants for dinner. It's a touristy area after all. The exterior of the hotel stands tall and grand with numerous glass windows and spectacular structure. Its grand revolving doors slowly move, guiding the two of us into the big brightly lit lobby. It's filled with people, both tourists and probably rich people. Mikala-san leads me to the reception desk and they check her in quickly as if she's a regular here. We head up to the room again in silence. Once the door to the room closes behind us, Mikala-san goes to explore the room and admires the size and style. She stares out the window to the night scenery filled with city lights. Never get tired of coming here. Everything is just so aesthetic, and the view is always fantastic, especially at night. Without being told, I already start getting to business, slowly taking off my blazer, placing it onto the couch. Mikala-san turns around and smiles at me, feeling content, knowing she's trained me well in the few times we've done this. Getting straight to the point, huh? You should learn to enjoy the room some more before getting into it. It's more fun that way. I meet her eyes with the coldest look I can give her, showing her that I'm not here for fun, unlike her. Mikala-san, please don't misunderstand. I'm only doing this so I don't lose my job. She laughs a hearty laugh and walks up to me with a shift in tone, now towering over me with an intimidating aura that I've never felt before. So used to her joking around and being unserious all the time. I back up in defense and raise my guard up, but I'm one step too slow. Mikala-san grabs me and slams me against the wall, pinning my hands over her strong grip. My fight-or-flight instincts kick in, I try to wiggle out of her grasp, but she doesn't give. I shoot her dagger eyes, but the devious smile on her face stays put and doesn't falter one bit. And what if I said I'll fire you if you don't put the emotions into this? Both you and I know that it's transactional and nothing more, so why would I even bother? I never wanted this in the first place. She sighs and shakes her head in disappointment before softening the previously harsh tone in her voice. What happened to the eager to please Fuyumi? Or have you been jaded over the years? I haven't contacted you. I'm just tired, Mikala-san. It's because your heart is taken now, isn't it? I can take a guess as to who stole your heart. That doesn't concern you. I know, but it's unfortunate. Does it matter? Of course. There should always be some sort of emotion and love making. It deepens the connection ever more. Even if it's fear? Even if it's fear. As if I wasn't furious already, her scummy comment makes my expression hard into an even deeper scowl. Mikala-san, on the other hand, softens the evil look she had and laughs. Just kidding. I'm not that horrible, I don't think. She loosens her grip and starts gently, slowly unbuttoning my shirt from the top like a hyena toying with its prey before eating it. That's why I miss the you from before. Much more fun to play with, much more easy to manipulate. We only did it a few times, but you were the most fun to play with out of everyone else. The obedient and nervous you was so cute, but now it's not there anymore, I could tell from the last meeting we had. Her hands slide up my now exposed abdomen, she circles her thumb against my skin lightly, sending unwanted shivers throughout my body. I grit my teeth and shut my eyes to the touch to try to focus on something else instead. So you just lay your hands on all your employees. Only the ones I can have fun with. The kind ones, the easygoing ones, the ones that can't say no, the new ones. My hands squeeze harder, feeling my nails dig into her palm. You're the most fucked up fucking scum of the earth. How do you think I'm so successful to get to where I am now? A sinister smirk plasters onto her face, and her eyes are soulless as if drained of any life or spark. It's honestly nothing too deep, it's just to fill the void. Why is she like this? But enough about me, you're the star of the show tonight, though perhaps I need to up the ante to get you working a little harder. Her head leans into my ear and she quietly whispers threatening words. If you don't put some more heart in this, I'll fire you, both you and your little lady friend, Ishiyama-san. Right after hearing Natsuya's last name and the new condition, my hand moves on its own and slaps Mikawa-san across the face with absolutely no remorse in the moment. I pause in fear after realizing what I just did, expecting her to get super angry and fight back. All she does is laugh. This must be a sick joke to her. You leave her out of this. If you want to fire me, fire just me. This has nothing to do with her. Her face is still facing the way I slapped her, probably still in shock from my unexpected retaliation. I push her away and take my chance to grab my stuff. Fire me all you want, but don't ever come looking for me ever again. If you lay your finger on even a hair of Natsuha, you're done for. Take one look at her before I leave, and the smile I see on her face is a flat, soulless, defeated. With her inaction, I take the chance to rush out and escape. Much to my surprise, she doesn't follow me, and as I leave the room, I hear her give an amused chuckle and a brief word of praise. A feisty one you are. I commend you, Ueno-san. Oh, but this feels so bad because she's going out with somebody else. I'm like, I don't like this. It just feels so wrong. I button up my shirt and throw on my blazer as I walk down the corridor to reach the elevator. My eyes keep looking behind me to see if Mikawa-san is following. Still nothing. That's fine. It makes things easier. Maybe the slap finally slaps some. Maybe the slap finally slaps some sense into her. The elevator arrives with a rumble, and I ride it back down to the main floor, hoping to get someplace safe. I step out of the revolving doors and met with a cold, pelting rain, a perfect way to describe my current situation. No umbrella, no jacket, probably soon no job. There's no other choice, I just have to go. I brace for the piercing rain showering me and start searching my phone for the nearest train station. It'll take about an hour to get home from here. Are you kidding me? I search around the area for a convenience store to make a stop at. But a better idea comes to mind if I'm recalling the information correctly. The raindrops are blurring my screen and making it hard to scroll, but I quickly pull up her address from her chat and insert it into Google Maps. Just as I suspected, it's somewhat nearby, a 10-minute train ride from here. Again, heading in the direction of the train station, hoping Natsuha will take this pitiful creature in. Ah, this is so messed up. I hate it. I absolutely hate this. Everything about this is so wrong. The neighborhood feels quaint and cozy. Like, I'm glad she, like, you know, stood up for herself and finally decided, like, hey, I'm not going to do this. You're threatening, you know, the person I care about. You're threatening her job. You're threatening mine. I'm like, I'm just not going to do this. Because that's unfortunately the right answer. It's like, yeah, you kind of need your job. I understand, right? You're an adult. At the same time, you can't just let her just sexually, you know, assault you like that. Like, you can't just say, oh, yeah, that's okay, too. You have to do something. Neighborhood feels quaint and cozy with the soft glow of small restaurants illuminating my path and drowning out the weak flicker of the streetlights. My eyes frantically dart around searching for the apartment complex that was sent to me, but it's difficult to find for the rain and the dark. I'm so drenched that the cold has stopped bothering me, I can barely even feel it anymore. The arrow on my phone points to the left of me, and I look up at the 5-floor building standing before me. This must be it. Oh. The first glass door opens with ease into a small foyer, but I can't get past this without ringing for Natsuha. Head over to the intercom and raise my hand to dial her buzzer. My drenched suit creates a mess of small puddles where I stand as I contemplate my choice. For some reason, I'm suddenly feeling a little nervous calling for her. How do I even begin to explain the situation? Swallow the gulp in my throat and just go for it, pressing on the small little numbered squares. Except no one answers. Maybe she's just taking her time. My impatience gets the better of me and I ring again. Nothing. Is she not home? Pull my phone and start calling her, and the phone... Ah! I hang up and call again, thinking she might miraculously pick up the second time. Out of desperation, I open the Ryan app and call her there. Third time's the charm, right? The dial tone echoes in my ear, each ring twisting tighter in my chest as I wait for her to pick up. My legs buckle from the cold and fatigue, and I sink to the floor, pulling my knees close to my chest as I rest against the wall, the last of my strength slipping away. Tears well up and spill down my cheeks, and I can't tell them apart from the rain still on my face. The ring eventually stops, and the string goes back to our most recent short conversation. Contemplate sending her a message as my fingers hover over the screen, but I can't summon the energy to type even a single word. The rain has soaked me to the bone, the chill crawling into my muscles. The one time I need you the most, where are you? Oh my gosh. Natsuha, you're making Fuyumi cry. And it's even worse because it's not like... it's not even just like a bad situation, like, oh, she was out, grocery shopping, or she was out just, maybe with some friends. She's out with another woman. And that's the real fucked up part. Didn't you say you'd be there for anything? Ah, Team Anpim, I hate you. I can't believe you actually did this. Oh, you're gonna show all that, and then you're gonna show them having a fun time at the bar. Oh, you're so messed up. I hate you. And you're gonna put good club music. I hate you so much. It's like I was just like wanting to cry with her, and now I'm like bopping my head to the beat. And then Ueno-san fell for the prank. It's so different to see her baffled like that. I sat there laughing with Nogazaki-san as I take a sip of the cocktail she ordered me. The Instagraph-worthy, brightly colored blue cocktail tastes something of akin to a lemonade with a strong taste of vodka accompanying it. I don't drink, but that does sound good. Gosh, the song is a bop, though. That's what I'm saying. I was like, oh, that scene was so, like, heart-wrenching, and then now you're gonna play, like... Oh, you're killing me. The ambient, moody lighting of the bar creates a dark, sophisticated aura. It also makes me a little sleepy, especially after the long day at work. It doesn't help that I didn't eat much before drinking. Nogazaki-san continues talking about the accounting department and their little ventures that keep themselves sane due to being short-staffed. Conversations thus far leading up to the topic were fine and dandy, but I successfully temporarily stopped thinking about Fuyumi. As soon as the accounting department was brought up, just the mention of Fuyumi's name is enough to undo all my efforts not to think about her. Like, yes, she's being loyal and whatever, but I still think she shouldn't have agreed to do this. Push the thoughts of Fuyumi away, but she keeps coming back. But this is where, like, communication is key. I understand they're not in a relationship, but, like, clearly they were building up to a relationship. It was kind of like, hey, we haven't verbalized it, but it just feels bad. And it's like, communication's key, guys. You gotta communicate, like, hey, I want to be a thing with you. It's like, you guys were doing stuff. She keeps coming back. Nogazaki-san hand inches towards mine in a smooth fashion. When our pinkies touch, my attention is brought back to Nogazaki-san. Her emotions seem innocent enough, yet beneath it lingers a quiet, suggestive charge. So did you ever end up continuing talking to any of the guys after the mixer that one night? No. Because I continued talking to a girl, Fuyumi, instead. I wasn't planning on actively participating anyways. I was only there to fill an empty seat. Earlier, but you're so attractive. I'm sure you can easily capture anyone's heart. I fear you might have already won mine. The only one I want to win is Fuyumi's. What about you? Did you ever end up talking to any of the guys there? No, they're all duds. Not one of them remotely interesting. Ditto. You're way more interesting than any one of them. Ah, you flattered me too much, Nogazaki-san. Did I just tell you to call me Shio? Making nudges against my hand in a playful manner, reprimanding me for still being formal with her. Just then the image of Fuyumi flashed across my mind, thinking back to when she told me to address her casually. The words that come out of Chio-san end up being drowned with the loud background noises in the bars. I realize I can't run away from Fuyumi no matter how hard I try. The more I try not to think about her, the more I do. Chio-san's hand is now fully on top of mine, successfully dragging me out of my thoughts and paying attention to her. Hey, it's getting a little stuffy in here. How about we take this somewhere a little more private? Her brown, flirty eyes look at me with a sense of seductiveness, trying to lure me in. Just as I thought Shio-san's intentions were to get lucky tonight, and honestly, she was so close, but I can't do it. Yes, don't do it. You need to go. You do. Natsuha-san? Sorry, I can't. I have to go. I gently retract my hands from her grasp and slap 2 1,000 yen bills on the table. Here's the money for the drinks. I'm so sorry. You're amazing, and I had a very good time. It's just that it's already set on someone else. Okay, good. Like I said, I still think it was a very poor decision when she already had feelings for Fuyumi to even go out on this date. But I'm glad, like, her going out has made her realize, like, I guess in a way it was kind of a build up to her realizing, like, she has feelings for Fuyumi. And like Fuyumi said, like, hey, this is the night I need you the most. So go be with her. Go rush home. I think it would have been funny though if she headed over to her house. I'm not gonna lie, like, I know it'd be really messed up, but I think it'd be funny if she went to her house, Fuyumi's at Natsuha's house, and like there's just this massive miscommunication. But like she needs to check her phone. Would have felt worse if I had spent the night with her. Look at me being loyal to a girl I'm not even dating. God. I unlock my phone to check for any missed notifications, but the black screen stays constant and doesn't turn on. Oh, I pressed the power button, so it'll turn on, but I'm greeted with no battery icon flashing in the middle. Damn it. Body slumps in the feet. How could I have not noticed? I shoved my phone back in my pocket and grabbed the compact umbrella from my bag, now even more eager to get home. The idea of a warm home and a charged phone sounds much better than freezing out here with a dead one. Luckily, it won't take too long to get home if I catch an express train at the station here. I'll have to thank Nogazaki-san for choosing this location. I jogged my way to the train station as fast as I can, weaving in and out of and around the crowd, anticipating the warmth of my own home. Even with an umbrella, part of my outfit still gets drenched by the time I get home, as if it had no effect whatsoever. Where did this downpour come from anyways? It was clear skies earlier in the day. Hold up my umbrella and shake off the excess water as I reach into the shelter of my apartment complex. That's what I'm trying to figure out, like, I know it's March, but where I live, it's generally pretty warm by this time of the year. And it has been warm, you know, the past few weeks. But, like, randomly today and yesterday, it's been, like, super cold for whatever reason. I don't understand it. As I rummage through my bag for the key fob and set my eyes on the main door, I notice a curled-up figure in the small lobby. Cautiously open the door, wary of this random stranger sitting on the floor, but as I get near, the woman starts to look familiar. Is that... The figure mumbles to herself with her head down, and I'd barely be able to hear the inaudible voice if it weren't for the quiet lobby. Didn't you say you'd be there for anything? Oh, so she was coming up to her as she said that. Oh my gosh. Team Anpim, this is like Avengers level, like, writing. This is so good. Fuyumi? Fuyumi's head pricks up like a startled animal, and I see her disheveled and unkempt hair. As I step closer, I finally notice she's dripping wet from head to toe, which was hard to see from afar since she's wearing black. Her distress rings the alarms in my head and my body against the tents, wondering what the heck happened to her. Just what is going... Before I can even finish my sentence, she jumps up and lunges into a tight hug, burying her face in my shoulder. The rain clinging to her suit seeps into my clothes, a chill creeping back into me, but beneath the cold, her embrace feels achingly warm, fragile, and real. I gently placed my hands on the small of her back, as if she'd break if I put any more force into her. Fuyumi stays silent and still, and now I notice her shivering a little, probably due to her being drenched. Fuyumi, let's get you out of those wet clothes. You're gonna catch a cold. My voice is barely a whisper, but it echoes throughout the empty lobby with just us two. I'm just glad you're here. Her voice is muffled against me, but hearing those words makes me thank God that I left early and came home. Otherwise, she probably would have just been sitting here all night. So right now, you can tell me what happened after you get settled down, okay? I pet her on the head before pulling us apart, bringing the soggy, wet black cat up to my apartment to dry her. Take off your clothes in the bathroom here, and I'll come bring a change of clothes for you. Can I shower while I'm at it? I feel really gross. Of course, feel free to use any of the necessities in the bathroom. Carly disappears in the bathroom while I go in my room and hastily dig around my closet. Isn't it grabbing whatever's decent, settling on an oversized sweater and some thin pants for her. While I'm at it, I grab a towel for her to dry off. Walk over to the bathroom door and knock 3 times, and she opens it slightly just for her hands to reach out. My eyes divert from her out of courtesy, and I hand over her change of clothes, and she meekly takes it. Thanks. Her thanks was merely a whisper as she quickly slinks back into the bathroom. Sounds of the running water start filling up the apartment. I sit in silence while I come up with all the questions I have for Fuyumi. Once I plug my phone to the charger, it resuscitates within a minute with the iconic fruit logo, and I'm bombarded with the pinging of notifications, some of which were missed calls from Fuyumi. She better have a good explanation for all this. Still vividly remember her together with Mikawa-san earlier. Why isn't she with her? Did she run away? Did nothing happen in the first place? Countless questions keep popping up one after another, and I've begun to lose track of all of them. I start jotting them down in the note-taking app before I forget them all, but I might not even have the chance to ask them. Rather, should I be swarming her with questions? She seems so shaken up already. Maybe I shouldn't be asking anything at all and just let her rest. I'm so curious. In about 15 minutes, Fuyumi comes in wearing my clothes with a towel over her head, looking homey and domestic unlike her usual appearance at work. The image reminds me of when she was in her sleeping clothes during our Rego night, but it's somehow different. Try to break the ice a little. How do you always look good, so good wearing anything? Good jeans. Glad to hear her normal self is back. May have been a different side to her, but seeing her so scared earlier felt like catching a glimpse of the person she hides from the world. I've already prepared the hairdryer and I seat her down on the couch next to me to begin the blow drying process. Let me know if it gets too hot anywhere. I'm itching to start questioning her right away, but this will have to wait until the loud, boisterous noise of the hairdryer is finished. I try my best to split her hair into sections to dry more easily, and I brush it meticulously, scared of catching any tangles and yanking her hair by accident. Her long black locks shimmer in the light as I brush and blow dried them, the faint scent of the shampoo lingering in the air between us. With her abundance of hair, it makes it a little more difficult to completely dry it all, but I managed to get to a place that's good enough. I turn off the noisy hairdryer and put it aside on the coffee table, curious to finally hear her story. Are you comfortable telling me what happened? I saw you walk out the building with Mikawa-san earlier today after work, so why are you here soaked to the bone instead of being with her? Wait, she didn't hurt you, did she? Oh my god, you're not hurt, right? Grab her arms and look for any visible injuries. No, I'm fine. Rather, I hurt her instead. Huh? That was the last thing I expected to hear coming out of her mouth. My eyes looked from left to right and down to calculate every situation that could have led to this happening. Fuyumi sighs and fiddles with the hem of her long sleeves. She looks me in the eyes seriously with a worried, concerned look. She threatened to have you fired, too, if I didn't put in the extra effort in our meeting. When she said that, the blood in me automatically boiled and I slapped her. I didn't mean to, my hand just acted on its own. Fuyumi rubs her temples from the headache she caused herself. Funny, because I was the one who told you not to get yourself fired over me, but here I am getting you fired with my own two hands. There's no way I'm not going to be fired now, and then you somehow got dragged into this too. I'm an actual idiot. She hit Mikawa in my defense. My heart is soaring out of my chest hearing that she defended me, but it conflicts with the concern swirling in me at the same time. Though with her answer, it creates more questions in my ever-growing list. Fuyumi looks up at me with dewy eyes and a pained face. I'm sorry. Hearing her apologize tugs at something deep in my chest. The tremble in her voice speaks volumes as to how broken she is right now. I don't want her to feel that way because of something she did now to protect me. All I want is to hold her and tell her that she doesn't need to apologize. I'm so used to her cold and harsh words that hearing her apologize doesn't even sit right with me. Her emotions are probably an intense roller coaster with 300 loops and a drop of 300 meters. I hold her face in between my palms and my fingers brushing softly against her skin as if to soothe away her pain. No, don't be. It's just a job. You can always find a new one, and I can too. It isn't the end of the world, trust me. Her dark blue orbs start tearing up, and she looks away while holding back the streams of tears. Yes, but what if none of the words she's saying are coherent and complete, but she looks incredibly stressed thinking about all the possible consequences that aren't even confirmed yet. Shh, take a deep breath. There's no point in worrying about something that might not even happen. It's just going to stress you out more. You might not even get fired. Mikawa-san might just be bluffing. Everything could be alright. If either of us get fired, we can deal with it when and if it happens, yeah? Fuyumi takes a shaky breath with her head hanging low, looking defeated and weak. I don't want to keep relying on you all the time, but I can't help it. I always run back to you. Even when you tried to help, I pushed you away thinking it'd be best for you. I want you to rely on me. You have me to help you. If my phone didn't die, I would have come running immediately. I'm sorry for making you wait. I brush a loose strand of hair out of her face and fix her fluffy, freshly washed bangs a little. Her downcast eyes are red and puffy from crying, tears streaking down her cheeks as she avoids looking at me. Her breathing is steady and she remains distant, lost in her worries. I gently bring her head up, lightly wiping the tear stains from her disheartened and pale face. It'll be okay. I'll do everything in my power to make sure it is. I may not have as much power or authority as a certain somebody, but when I said I'd be there for you, help you if anything, I meant it. Even if it's just as little as this. The kiss is brief and I break away faster than I'd like to, but I wanted to gauge her reaction. Her eyes are wide in shock for a moment. I giggle a little, seeing her so caught off guard. Did your stress levels go down a little? You did say kissing me relieves your stress, right? You actually remembered. How could I forget such a unique way to relieve stress? But if it helps in any way, I kiss her again. And again. And again. It'll be okay. I promise. It may have been a very big promise, but I believe. I'll give you as many kisses as you need to lower those stress levels. I don't know how true it actually is or if you're just pulling my leg. It's true. She pulls me close and takes another kiss from me that I would gladly give. Our lips lock together in place. It's like a pair of magnets that can't separate. Like neither of us wants to let go for the fear there might be an interruption like that one night. However, this one is softer, more delicate, yet still carries a hint of hunger in her. Fuyumi has no intention of letting go, pulling me in even closer until we can feel each other's heartbeats. I didn't know I needed this as much as she needed it. Our last kiss at her place abruptly ended, and the both of us want to make sure that doesn't happen again. Trying to continue from where we left off. The exchange grows heated, tongues intertwining as our hands roam restlessly, desperate to feel the warmth of each other's bare skin. Fuyumi's hungry beast eventually comes out as the want in her kisses increases with each passing second. Fuyumi's the first to pull away briefly, our lips a centimeter away to catch her breath from the intense makeout session. I think I like you. As a stress reliever or as a lover? Both. Now you're just being greedy. But if I can get the same value back, I don't think I'd mind. Not to make a transaction or anything, I'm not Mikawa-san. Fuyumi pouts and gives me a disapproving look. Don't mention her. Ah, sorry. I bumped my forehead against hers. But you know, I've been thinking about you a lot lately. You have? More than I wanted to. I told you I have my ways of making sure you can't stop thinking about me. Her cocky little smirk gives me the urge to pinch it off. I'll pray to my intrusive thoughts and lightly pinch her cheeks, and she protests with a scowl. Ow. Then you're lucky I thought about you, otherwise you'd still be sitting out there in the lobby drenched to the bone, you idiot. Mimi looks at me and pouts without saying anything, letting her pout do all the talking. She's too cute, I can't stay mad at her. I detach myself from her and get up from the couch as I scoop her into my arms in a princess carry, yielding a yelp from her. Arms wrapped around my neck, holding on for dear life with question marks flying out of her head. Come on, let's get you to bed. Well, I'm not even tired after my shower. Also, let me down. You're going to get hurt, I swear. I said let's get you to bed. That doesn't necessarily mean you'll be sleeping yet. You give her a big Cheshire grin. Fuyumi's face grows red instantly when the thought fully processes in her head, and she hits my shoulder lightly for my ulterior motives. But if you want to sleep, I'm not going to stop you. My bed is pretty comfy and nice to sleep in after all. You can see for yourself. She sinks away into my neck, tickling it, and sends shivers down my spine with her warm breath. I told you I'm not tired yet. A smile creeps on my face and I continue to my room to take care of the princess, or should I say hungry beast. One month later. The window outside is pitch black and the various illuminated buildings and trees light up the dark with its festive lights glowing all around the streets below. Couples and families are spending their time with their loved ones on Christmas, having warm dinners and fun parties while I'm stuck here working late at night yet again. But I can't complain. Neither me nor Fuyumi has been fired yet, so I'll think this over being fired any day. I ran into Mikawa-san the other day, but all she did was greet us with a smile and continued on her way without any animosity. She might have had a change of heart after Fuyumi's slap, or maybe she pitied us. Regardless, I hope she continues to leave us alone. I slump in my chair under the daunting fluorescent lighting of the office, wishing to be free so I can enjoy the more cozy and enjoyable holiday lighting outside. Just then the elevator rings in the distance. I sit up again as straight as possible, pretending to look busy. Once I see who it is, my body immediately relaxes again. Are you done yet? More or less. I'm already checked out. Yumi leans against my desk and watches me pack up, finally ready to leave work. You sure you don't want to go to your department's Christmas party? I'm already beat from the extra work tonight. I don't have the energy to be partying. And besides, you know I don't like crowds. Also, what's the point in going if you're not there? Not gonna lie, that made my heart skip a beat a little, and I smile. Alright then, let's bounce. I'm hungry. I can say that again. I found an udon restaurant nearby that's got pretty good reviews. Are you in the mood for an udon? Sounds good. Great for a cold night like tonight. I take her hand and swing it slightly like a kid while smiling excitedly, looking forward to spending the rest of the night with my favorite person. Let's go. As we walk to the restaurant, we pass by a square of a big Christmas tree put up on display. I really wish I would have played this like on release, because this would have been, how many months ago was this? Either way, it would have been before Christmas, so it would have been like great to play it. Because like now I'm playing it kind of late. Well, technically playing it early for Christmas. The display is spectacular, the trees shining bright in the middle, surrounded by adorned trees around. So I thought the lights out here shining in the dark are much better than the office lighting. It does kind of feel like Christmas out with how cold it is, though. Like I said, for this time of the year, it's really cold out. It's like, I think it dipped almost into the 30s, which is weird. Both stopped to take in the festive Christmas atmosphere around and admire the grand picturesque view. It's already the end of the year, huh? I'm sure it does fly by fast every year. I know, as I've gotten older, it's like, it feels like time just goes by so fast. So it's like, oh my gosh. It's like, I remember when I was young, I couldn't wait, to get older and, to do more fun things and for things to happen. In between bouts of depression, I should say, there was a lot of times when time went really slow because I was really depressed. But then there's a lot of time when it goes by quick when you're having fun, I want to spend the next full year with you, and the year after, and the year after that, and the year after that, as well as the year after that. But after that, no. I don't want to spend any more time with you. No, she didn't say that. Fuyumi laughs and covers my mouth with her hands to shut me up. Okay, I get it. My hand grab onto hers and rests on my cold cheeks while I give her a soft smile. I'm serious. You're so sappy. Now it's my turn to shut her up with a soft kiss, interrupting her mid-sentence. Fuyumi gets startled by the surprise kiss, but easily reciprocates without question. I draw away only slightly, pressing my forehead to hers, our eyes being an intimate gaze that makes it feel like we're the only two people in the world. I'm trying to remember what's the button. It's H. Okay. Just so y'all can see the full image. Ah, it's so sweet. I love it. The soft glow of the Christmas tree casts a warm light across her face, her blue eyes glimmering like sapphires in the darkness. I love being sappy, and I know you secretly love it too. She lightly scoffs, but smiles a big smile that warms my entire body up despite the temperature out here. I do. Her soft lips press into mine with the utmost care and affection, sending butterflies to my stomach. Now come on, let's go get some food. I'm so hungry. What do you mean? You have a whole meal standing right in front of you now. I like saving my favorite food for last, so... With a giggle, she takes the lead and pulls me towards the restaurant. I blindly follow, willing to go wherever she leads me, whether it's night or whenever. Her hand fits perfectly in mine, her touch gentle yet firm, like she's done this 1,000 times before. For being such a nice queen, her hands are irresistibly warm. I steal a glance at her face featuring a happy smile and sparkling eyes. I don't know when it started, but I find myself wanting nothing more than to keep her smiling, to see that smile she only ever shows me. And Galkus, I guess. My focus lands on her intertwined hands again, stuck tightly together and shielding each other's hands from the cold. That moment, nothing else exists but her hand and mine, and I catch myself smiling. But it's not because she's leading me anywhere special, it's because she's the one holding on. The bright sunny autumn sky shines brightly onto the streets below, where all the workers and cars travel like ants in an ant farm. The pounding of my head increases as the sunlight continues to pierce my eyes. I rub my temples in hopes of mitigating the headache, and my efforts are in vain. Just then a loud knock on my door startles me, and I begin to dread talking about work things with this headache. Come in. I shouldn't be getting any visitors at this time of day. The grand doors to my office slam shut with a crash, followed by heavy and scary footsteps coming closer towards me. I turn around to find Aoi staring at me with a death glare so sharp it could cut through steel. Let's go! Just what the hell were you thinking? Aoi-chan, what an entrance. What are you doing putting your hands on another employee again? Here's my eyebrows for theatrics, but the tone of my voice doesn't match the shock I'm pretending to show. Oh, the word get out. No, you're lucky it hasn't yet. Don't think I don't see you ushering an employee out of the lobby into your car last night. All I do is shrug at her observation. Hey, we're two consenting adults. Aoi slams her hands on the desk and the loud sound resonates throughout the large office. I don't care if she's still an employee. If this gets out, you're done for. The company is done for. Yes, you might be two consenting adults. That's possible, but at the same time, you hold a position of power, and so by you coercing somebody, it could be seen as like, hey, you're giving them an ultimatum, which she was. Like, hey, it's either your job or do this favor. You can't do that. That's legally, you're not allowed to do that. And you can't just force someone to do sexual things for you anyways. That's the definition of not consenting. I chuckle and wag my finger at this innocent rule-abiding little lamb with a smirk. It's no fun being the good guy all the time, Aoi-chan. Sometimes playing the villain is much more entertaining, don't you think? You should try it sometime. Not to mention, why would I go fishing in the sea when there's already a whole pool of fishes I can fish for right here at the company? Steadily hold her mad stare, making sure she knows I'm not one bit afraid of her and her words or anything for that matter. You need to stop. I don't have to lecture you about this anymore. Then don't. Our company is on the line if I don't. Your company. Not mine anymore. I flash her a tender smile, my eye contact still unwavering. She bunches up her fist and takes a deep breath to calm herself down. Her brows furrow and I can visibly see her gritting and grinding her teeth to hold back all that she wants to yell at me with. All she does is reply in a quiet, defeated growl. I'm sorry, but you have to get your life together. The up-and-coming next-in-line CEO of the company storms out with her heels clacking sharply with every step, and she slams the door again, letting it bear the brunt of the frustration set in me. I return to my favorite pastime, watching the lives of strangers play throughout the towering floor-to-ceiling windows. You want me to get my life together? How am I supposed to get my life together when the reason I was finally living for isn't by my side anymore? Oh. Oh my gosh. Team Anpim. You weren't kidding about 34,000 words, were you? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I don't touch anything so this doesn't go away. Real quick, thoughts before I read all this. That was good. I really liked the drama. Favorite part had to be when Fuyumi was like running to her apartment and like drenched, and she's like, hey, like, why aren't you there for me the one time I need you? Like that like brought some like very genuine emotion to me, reading through that. And then I loved how they showed the POV right after of what Natsuha was doing, and then it came together. Like that was like, oh, such good writing. It was so good. I love to see it. It was frustrating, but nonetheless, very good writing to see. It all came together in the end. I don't want to say this was their best work, because I feel like I say that every single time. But like I can see the progression every time, and I love that. I do love seeing the progression. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and read this, and then I'll kind of react to some of the things I'm hearing. Hey, Team Anpim here. First of all, happy 10th anniversary. Yes. Can you believe it's been 10 years since we made our first visual novel? Not sure how many of you played that very first game, but we've come a long way. I just recently played your first one, so I can say I've played all the Team Anpim games now. Just a blink of an eye, we made a total of 10 games, taking only one break in 2022. More like I struggled too hard with the story I had in mind and ended up giving up. It was a hard decision. I'd like to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for enjoying my games, supporting me throughout each year. That's funny you say that you gave up on the story. I just think about some of the characters that they write. Seem like they have a hard time coming to the decision too. They question themselves a lot. I like to think that the author is in the writing. So like the reason why I play the Team Anpim games is because I do like the writing. I find it relatable. And of course it's, you know, the cheesy, and it's whatever you may get out of it, but I like to think that that's kind of like the author in a way, and I kind of relate, I guess, to the author in that sense. When I'm reading the writing, a lot of the characters kind of have like a similar writing style. I'm trying to figure out how to like explain this properly, but I guess I just relate to that. I like the writing. It's very human. It's very it doesn't feel unnatural, I guess. It does feel natural, and so I like that. So it's hard, or it's interesting that you said you had a hard decision writing this story. To me, I find that interesting, because you always do such a good job, is all I want to say. I'd like to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for enjoying the games. It warms my heart to know that people actually enjoy my silly little games. I love these. I really truly do. I like that they're very one-off short stories. That makes it very easy to digest. I'm not gonna like claim that, oh yeah, I remember every single story and can tell you all the details of every time I play. Like I don't want to say they're forgettable, but they're so short that I don't necessarily remember them fully long term. But I always enjoy reading them, and they definitely stick with me the rest of the day. Absolutely. And you know, when I'm playing them, I do have memories of the past stories that come back to me, which I enjoy. I just have a terrible memory to begin with too, so I'm more of an artist than a writer. So seeing that my writing is confident enough to be loved means a lot. Yeah, I could definitely tell, but I think the writing is still just fine too. Like there's so little things I can nitpick. Sometimes, like, if I had to really be nitpicky, there's some times where like there's information that's kind of repeated almost. I feel like you could like cut off like a word here or there and it would make the sentence flow better. There's stuff like that. I'm obviously not like an English major. I didn't really pay much attention in school, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not really super intellectual. But there's definitely stuff like that. Just because I read so much stuff like that, I noticed that like could be like shortened a little bit. But like I said, I like that the writing seems so human and the characters are very human to me. So I wouldn't ask you to change that. Also, sorry for the small text size. I had a lot to write. Yes. You can read this in the credits page if this is too small. No, it's perfectly fine. I actually have this shrunk down a little bit. Like I don't have the game full screen right now, and I can read it just fine. But then again, I do have like a 27-inch monitor, so it's perfectly fine for me. I haven't noticed yet this game pays homage to our very first game. I thought it was very fitting to hark back to our very first game for the 10th anniversary. It does feel that way. Like the main characters, I guess, do remind me of that a little bit. I didn't want to do a sequel to the first game, so I made an alternative characters with similar naming conventions. I did know that. Character designs, hair plus eye colors, the dog. I definitely noticed the dog, Galkus and Gargus. Game title, UI, etc. If you know, you know. Yeah, which I'm kind of glad that I waited to play the first one until this came out. Like I had no idea this was coming out. I've just taken such a long break from YouTube. But it ended up working out really well. So I just played the first one not too long ago, and then I played this right after. And so it's nice. Because the improvement is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I gotta say, like, the writing between this one and the original is two different authors. It's that drastic. Just goes to show how much the authors improved. Obviously, the quality is not as high as our recent games, so it'll be a quick 30-minute game if you have the time. Oh, okay, they're talking about their original. Okay, yeah, the quality is definitely not as high. I'll absolutely agree with you there. As for story-wise, this year's game is a lot, I think. With some touchier subjects, heavier themes, and some raunchier scenes, I'm not sure how well I did. I just want to say you did a phenomenal job. I really liked where this one went. I think there was some drama, there was some more adult subjects. Without going into it too much, like, there was some warnings on the main page about kind of like some of the triggers that you might experience in this, and I think those were very fitting to what you might see in this. I think those were very self-explanatory, and so I feel like they were good to have. Because I was talking about this with my wife last night. She's been reading, you know, like some more like adult type books, and she has troubles with certain triggers in books. I know like Colleen Hoover has like some more like adult books, and she tried reading one a few years ago, and it kind of was rubbing her the wrong way and kind of bringing up some memories she didn't want to have of some past experiences, and so she had to stop reading it. So I really like, and I kind of understand more now, I guess, why. I don't necessarily have the same triggers. I just have things I don't really like. Like, I don't like anything that exploits, like, kids, I guess, because I have kids. So there's stuff like that to me, but not really, like, I don't know. Not really, I guess, like, in this sexual way, I guess I don't really have triggers in that sense. I definitely have things I don't like, though. Like, I don't like cheating. I mean, as you guys probably heard just from listening to me talk about the game, I don't like cheating. But yeah, sorry, I'm gonna try not to get off topic too much. want to try exploring a situationship, more friends, less than lovers. They're clearly into each other type of dynamic. Yes, that was interesting. I was like, oh, I just want them to like be exclusive, and you weren't making that happen. But sexual romantic tension, that was the goal. You absolutely succeeded. Definitely not something. Obviously, I'm comparing experiences to reality, and it's not something I would tell anybody to do, have a situationship. I thrive on commitment, I guess. I'm not saying I'm good at commitment, but I thrive on commitment. That's like the goal for me, right? Is now that I'm married, I've always wanted to get married. Since I started dating, I wanted to be with somebody, and that was like my goal in dating, is to find somebody and find what I like and find what I want out of a relationship, is to be with somebody and be committed, right? So it's hard for me to watch a story or read a story that wasn't necessarily what was happening, because I wanted it to happen. It's also really fun bringing back Midori. I know she was a lot in this game. Yes, it was interesting. I don't really remember her all too much. Like, I definitely recognized her, but I don't really remember her a whole lot from the other story. I understand if she made people feel uncomfortable, but I mean, that's the whole point. Yeah, exactly. Don't really apologize for that. I just think the trigger warnings you put on the game description was perfectly fine. Maybe we'll get to see why she's acting like that in the future. Yeah, you definitely hinted at that at the end with that picture showing that she lost somebody. I do know somebody who was in a similar situation to that, who did lose like a lover, and actually was a lesbian relationship too, which is interesting. So I can definitely like kind of understand that. Looking around, I have ideas for a new pairing dynamic. I was afraid they might have been too similar to Yuzaha. Yumeko dynamic. Oh well. I still think it worked out in the end. Yes, another POV switch, and I'm hoping this time it gets executed better than love goes towards love. The ending might have felt a little too rushed. The ending felt kind of sudden. Like, not like too quick. It just felt like, yeah, we were just kind of chilling, and then a lot of stuff started happening, and then it ended. But I think it was fine. I'm not going to complain about the ending. The first story that they made with Natsumi and Fuyuko, that was a rushed ending. That was just kind of like, okay, here's the end. They kissed, and then it just ends. Regardless, I hope you enjoy the game. This is our longest game according to date. This is going to be my longest afterward too. I'm taking forever to get through this because there's just so much I relate to, and probably the most art assets I made. But yes, it was 34,000 words, and I can absolutely feel that. Smarts Team Anpim's 10th anniversary. I still would never thought we'd put out 10 games consistently every year. I hope you still continue to put out games. I hope this is not like an end or anything. Start off as a little team with my friends, and I have the first 2 games eventually becoming a one-woman band thereafter. I didn't know how I did it, but definitely thanks to my love for Yuri, and of course all the supporters and enjoyers of my games. I can't help but thank you all for giving such great encouragement and love. And if you didn't know already, we were able to submit a bundle of our adult life Yuri games on Steam. It's the same games as the one published on itch.io. Go check it out. Once again, thanks for playing the band. Don't forget to spread the word. Alright, now let's read from the CEO. Man, where do I even start? Firstly, thank you. I was so burnt out after this year. Really don't know how I managed to get this game out, albeit late because I was on vacation. Also super distracted because I was on break mode and procrastinating a lot with the games and whatnot. It was hard getting back to the writing group too, especially this year's game, because I think it's a little different in terms of how the story unfolds. It was so hard to write a good sentence. I think I was burning out a lot because I did this earlier. I did a lot earlier this year, and I was working on stuff on my art book. Yes, I think I've seen the artist like their Twitter before. I love their art style. It's great. So you can purchase at Ko-Fi Say Udon. That's the name. Then afterwards, the anime convention prep from May to July, and going to set anime conventions from August back-to-back weekends, and then starting on the visual novel from September, November, December. It's been a really wild and busy year. Sounds like it. I also don't even remember what happened until it became a blur, but I made it. It's my first time doing an out-of-province state con, and most I've ever done with a total of 5 when I usually do 2 to 3. I did a lot this year. Yeah, it does sound like it. I also went to Japan from November 26th to December 8th, which obviously took up some visual all the time, but I had a blast. I've wanted to go to Japan. My wife's been, I haven't been yet. Definitely sounds like a fun time. I haven't been back in 7 years, so I'm very happy. I also haven't had a long vacation since the trip 7 years, as most of my recent trips were 2 to 4 days max to catch Mamu concerts, solo concerts. Just really got a long vacation. I know, I would love to go see like Baby Monster. Baby Monster would be fun. Islet would be good. Who else would I like to see? I want to see Baby Metal. I want to go see Baby Metal. That would be fun. Baby Metal would be awesome. I also became a basement dweller earlier this year, so a lot of times eating up by cooking and cleaning, so there's just never time. As for my usual, my day job is rocky as fuck. I appreciate it though, because I get the impression like that Team Anpim is just full of people that are just like your everyday people that are working normal jobs, and I relate to that. I love that. I don't have like a super fancy job. I never have. I'm just not that kind of person. So I relate to them in that sense. Anyways, I had previously mentioned in the afterword to celebrate Team Anpim's 10th year anniversary, released a bundle of our newest games. I am going to skip over some of this a little bit. I apologize, Team Anpim, but we did talk about it. So if you want to support them, they have an Adult Life Yuri bundle. Yes, I said in my last game I'll be taking a break next year. Ah! What do you mean? This year has been a lot, and I plan on consuming more next year, just chilling out. No huge projects. Stop working on projects. Udon. I would like to get back to experimenting and practicing my art skill, maybe discovering my love for art. I haven't really got the time to sit down to practice and experiment anymore due to so many projects. But yes, I'll be back the year after, hopefully. Please wait for me. Maybe I can live life some more next year and find a girlfriend. I'll be able to write even better stories. Either way, sorry, no bonus doodle this time. I had an R18 bonus doodle packed paid DLC plan, but that didn't happen. Oh, I forgot. They usually give us a doodle at the end. Oh, disappointing, but that's okay. That's okay. I really appreciate it lots. Until next time. Yeah, absolutely. It's been great. We've had 10 years worth of awesome visual novels. Obviously, I've not been following them for that long, but I have had the opportunity now to play all of them, and they've all been wonderful stories in their own ways. I'll definitely say it's gotten better since the first. It's only gotten better from there, but definitely some great stories. I'd love to see what they can do in the future, especially if they had more time and more support, right? Hopefully you can find a girlfriend. I wish you luck. That'd be great. Then you can use all of your experience from writing, right? And from drawing these stories. You can use that towards actual real life experience. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and all right, just want to make sure there's nothing else after that. They said there was no bonus doodle, so it's okay. But all right, y'all, that was Natsuha and Fuyumi. Sorry that was a long after story, or after credits, and I had a lot to say about it, but we're gonna end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed reading along with me or listening to me, whatever it is you did. I'm sure some people just listen to me ramble on, and then some people actually are watching. But I appreciate you guys. Make sure to support Team Anpim. I have played through all of their stories. You can support them at itch.io/Team Anpim, I believe. Hopefully that link works. But I'll have the game in the description as well. So until next time, guys, have a good one.